on a vision, you will lose faith. How long will you do it for? It does not matter if you were the best giver 10 years ago. It matters if you are now. Faith is not time. Faith is its own time. It's not 2 months. It's not 3 months. It's not we met target last month. Faith. That's why it would say now. Faith is. It is a now matter. Now never grows old. Are you listening to me? Now never grows old. Now is always new. When we enter 2025, it's just another year, but we can make it now. We can make it the new now for the second generation. We can make it the new now for the corporates, the student. It can be a new now. Who do we want to be now? Forget who we were in Atrium, in Hilton. Now, faith is everything that we've learned in 2024 now. How are we going to use it? Because 2024 harmed us. It gave us equipment for war. We are no longer afraid of anything. You see, today, you are giving report. And congratulations to Love House. You've given $1 million this year. Or House of Love. And others did well too. But you see, these things before, we say be careful to announce it. Why? Charity commission. Charity, if you are watching, come and take it now. Come and audit it. As in,
hey Vessel.
Hello, the Afro-Atheist. How are you doing tonight?
Vessel of dishonor, I am good. And how are you?
I am good. Continuing with dishonoring these gods.
I'm going to call you
dishonoring.
I'm going to call you the name that somebody called you yesterday. They called you Vessel of
divinity.
As soon as he said it, I thought about the doctorate of divinity.
Can they not read?
No, he couldn't see. To be fair to him, he couldn't see the.
He just saw the D and then just assumed it's divinity.
Yeah, the vessel of this divinity. But so this video was from yesterday.
Yes.
This is the video that Tobi streamed yesterday that they deleted. And this is the part that I didn't catch. I want you to listen to Tobi, right? I didn't get this part, but I want you to listen to this guy right now because they have said it's time to deport him. He is now speaking. He's now, right? So please listen to him. He's going to start insulting the UK government in a minute.
Tobi now. Anyway, let's watch.
And see wifey is busy smiling over there. Okay.
Years ago. It matters if you are now. Faith is not time. Faith is its own time. It's not 2 months. It's not 3 months. It's not we met target last month. Faith. That's why it would say now. Faith is. It is a now matter. Now never grows old. Are you listening to me? Now never grows old. Now is always new. When we enter 2025, it's just another year, but we can make it now. We can make it a new now for the second generation. We can make it the new now for the corporates, the student. It can be a new now. Who do we want to be now? Forget who we were in Atrium, in Hilton. Now, faith is everything that we've learned in 2024 now. How are we going to use it? Because 2024 harmed us. It gave us equipment for war. We are no longer afraid of anything. You see, today, you are giving report. And congratulations to Love House. You've given $1 million this year. Or House of Love. And others did well too. But you see, these things before, we say be careful to announce it. Why? Charity commission. Charity, if you are watching, come and take it now. Come and audit it. As in, I've never seen a nation that loses like this. Like, do you know that?
So he is daring.
What?
He's daring charity commission. He's daring charity commission and saying, oh, Love House, that's one of his one of the arms of his, because he split them up into, I think his goal was to set up like mini churches. They started as trap houses that will then develop into their own. So the Love House apparently have given £1 million this year. So he's saying, okay, they've given £1 million. It's a charity commission. Come on now, come and take the money. Come and take the money.
Oh, so sorry. I also streaming it on YouTube
I
just to
just
get the traffic.
I
Okay,
just checked it on.
because
Hello
they,
everyone on
some of
YouTube.
the viewers on there would be interested in hearing
Sorry,
what you just said.
sorry. Hello people on TikTok and YouTube. Yeah, if you're watching on TikTok, you would like to see the videos, we are over on YouTube. Hey Slow, good to see you. Do we have anyone in the comments? Okay, we don't have anyone in the comments just yet. Okay, right. So you mean I should take it back, yeah?
Yes, please. Yeah, because that's really important.
Okay.
I don't know why this man does this to himself. He literally digs his own holes and then falls into them and then blames racism, blames African people, blames the government.
Mm-hmm.
But he's doing this to himself.
Okay, let's do this. Let's let me play it.
It's not 2 months, it's not 3 months. It's not we met target last month. Faith. That's why it would say now faith is. It is a now matter. Now never grows old. Are you listening to me? Now never grows old. Now is always new. When we enter 2025, it's just another year, but we can make it now. We can make it the new now for the second generation. We can make it the new now for the corporates, the student. It can be a new now. Who do we want to be now? Forget who we were in Atrium, in Hilton. Now faith is everything that we've learned in 2024 now. How are we going to use it? Because 2024 harmed us. It gave us equipment for war. We are no longer afraid of anything. You see, today you are giving report, and congratulations to Love House. You've given $1 million this year, or House of Love, and others did well too. But you see, these things before we say be careful to announce it. Why? Charity commission. Charity, if you're watching, come and take it now.
Wow,
Come
charity
and hold it.
commission.
As in, I've never seen a nation that loses like this. Like, do you know that we didn't have to be accountable to? We didn't have to register. So if you have something, why not keep it? Now you've lost it, and we are still announcing millions. So now your problem is, who are we?
Afro,
It makes no sense.
why
That's why
why
ECT
is
is
he
producing.
why is he talking as if the charity commission was going to get a cut? Do they get a cut out of whatever he gets?
He's trying to say that they are such a formidable force, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that the charity commission should have been thankful to them that they even registered their company. They didn't have to
Mm-hmm.
registered, and they were found to be a fraudulent organization, right?
Exactly.
But now, instead of him owning up to being a fraud,
Mm-hmm.
now he's saying, oh, we shouldn't have registered with you guys. Oh, we shouldn't have done this. Oh, we shouldn't have done that. And he's talking trash. Don't
Yes.
say they were going to give charity commission any of that money. Charity commission do not depend on your lean things that you have scammed your people out of.
Yes.
You are one of millions of companies that the charity commission look into. They are not paid by your company, the charity commission.
Now
They don't.
he's giving the impression as if the charity commission was getting a cut when they're not.
No,
They're
they're
just
not.
there to regularize and to make sure that charities are following due process, of which he wasn't.
He
And
wasn't.
now what's going to happen is he's going to get done for money laundering.
Right. Okay. Money
They're
laundering.
collecting donations without being registered as a charity. I'm sure um, I'm sure that's against the law.
Hey, Frank, I did not think of that vessel of dishonor. I did not think of how. Wait, Tobi Adeboyega, you are saying that one arm of your church gave you £1 million this year, and you have not accounted for that money? Hey, on UK soil? Okay, I don't talk anything though. £1 million given to you by Love House, and it was not accounted for. Tobi, you're
I've,
going to
I've,
be
I've, I've
serious.
got the I've got the info right here, Afro. You
Oh,
can
yes.
receive donations without registering as a charity in the UK, as long as you're transparent about your intentions and don't claim to be a charity.
Read
You
that
have to
again.
be clear.
Read that again. Sorry, read that again.
You can receive donations without registering as a charity in the UK, as
Mhm.
long as you're transparent about your intentions and don't claim to be a charity. You have to make it clear that you're not yet registered as a charity. You have to spend the funds for the purpose you said you were raising them for. You cannot keep you can't keep the donations. So you have to keep it separately from your own money. And you're not allowed to keep any of the donations for yourself.
Boy.
You need to use an online platform such as GoFundMe, right? So that, just to build confidence with the people. And
Right.
you need a fiscal host to act as a guarantor, holding the funds and providing legal assurance to funders. You
You
should
need what?
register your charity with the Charity Commission if it is based in England or Wales. Its income is at least £5,000 per year. It's a charitable incorporated organization. So Toby's not very smart.
Oh my
It's not.
goodness. You know what? Let's see him again so that it is on record.
Yeah, especially the fiscal host part. Someone needs to act as a guarantor, holding the funds and providing legal assurance to funders. So funders are the members of the church. Toby, where's the paperwork that shows that you want these funds for specific purposes? And where are the receipts? What have you done with the money, Toby?
All right.
You need to be accountable.
I'm going to,
Otherwise, he's just doing the same thing he's been doing all along.
and this time around, we are now um going on the ground in
Yes,
plain in plain sight.
im-
In plain
money
sight,
laundering.
we are going on. Anyway, never mind. Let me play that again so people can hear. Give us the YouTube link. Hey Jules. It's the Afro Atheist. Just look for the Afro Atheist. Look, if you look, I put it on the top there. The Afro Atheist. Right? Let's look for the Afro Atheist, and you see me there. You know what? I might even need to put the link. I'll put the link. So guys, please listen to this guy. Oh my goodness, this is bad.
You see, today you are giving report, and congratulations to Love House. You've given 1 million this year, or House of Love, and all.
So one of the arm of his church, right? They said they have given. Hey Suzanne, thank you so much for the roses. They have given £1 million this year. But because the charity commission closed his church down, he went and set up another church, right? So now the other church is now known as the Nation Family. So they think that because Charity Commission closed them down, that they are not required to declare whatever income they now receive because the other one was closed down. But unfortunately for them, I, from what Vessel has read, that's not how it works, right, Vessel?
No, that's not how it works. They still need to do things by the book. I mean, why is this house raising this love house? Why are they raising that money? What's the purpose of
I'll
raising that money?
Okay, so we're at 2 hour and 6 minutes. Okay, so what it is, right? At the start, what they were doing is all the different houses came forward and were telling about uh what they have earned for the year and all this and that. So this is the music group. Um, right. So they're talking about how much they've raised for all the year. Right, this one now. Right.
Many of the other leads past would have been in that picture if it was wider. And it's interesting to now see what we're doing is because it all started from somewhere. Also in that picture is
So wait, this is them talking about how much they've made this year and all
Thank you for
this
that
and
introduction, Pastor Shadia. Good afternoon to all the leaders, Pastor Toby Jr., P. Sam, Pastor Lucian, PT, and all leaders in house today. And also if you're tuned in from home. But I'm here to talk about the House of Digital Finance today. So if we could please get up the slides and I will start from there. I think it's important that we actually go back to our history. So I want to give a bit of a background on where House of Digital Finance started from. It wouldn't be right if I didn't explain where we got to even now being here. We saw a template
So
from Pastor Tobi
all the
Adeboyega.
different houses, right? Look at this,
The
right?
monthly average giving of business.
Look at how much that they have given, right? In 2024, they have given, total giving is 185,000. Total expenses 86,000, and total economy 271. Monthly average 17,000 pounds. Right? So that's their financial performance from this digital arm of Tobi's church, the digital arm. So now they talk about their goals. Now, this is the Love House, this one.
Our iconic Wapping Wall House, which was known for hosting, and we would serve people, feed people, pray at 6 a.m. every day. And again, these values are really core to us. And if you go on to the next slide, I think that to me symbolizes the transformation that we've witnessed, where you can see, fast forward, you can see a Maddie there who's been leading the Gloss in Knightsbridge for 3 years. They're just about to open in Mayfair, looking like that's going to be early next year as well.
Guys, join us on YouTube.
Yes, and you can see there Dr. Amelia, who I came to the nation with, and she
Join
was
us
there
on
up on
YouTube.
stage at Samsung HQ with Recon.
I can
delivering
guarantee you
directions,
100%
healing to
Marilyn
nations,
Muller is
okay?
part of that, the Gloss, whatever. That business that they've just opened up. Marilyn Muller is probably behind it and should be scamming people as usual.
She's part of everything.
Yes,
She's part
she's
of
the
everything.
brain behind getting the money in. She's the money woman. She's the money maker for the organization. Trust me. And whoever is getting, whoever wants to get involved in any of Tobi Adeboyega's businesses, just know that you're going to get scammed. You're going to lose your money.
You know something? It's also important that we highlight all the businesses under Spark Nation so people know to avoid those businesses. When you know that your money is going towards this cult, how would you feel then if that was your child, your neighbor's child, your brother's child, your sister's child, raised in this cult, and you're busy funding them? So all these companies, the Gloss, that magazine, WOC magazine, and all these things have to be put in the public so people know to stay away and do not patronize these businesses. Right? Please join us on YouTube if you'd like to see the videos, but if you want to listen here, that's okay. Hey, Mr. Biggs, new account. Shift, hey, Shift, Mr. Biggs. Mr. Biggs. I remember eating in Mr. Biggs. Okay, so these are just some of the
transformed into this leader in the media space, and there's many other stories like these. If we can go on to the next slide. The house economy, next slide. So overall, 2024, our contribution to the Givers Club has been £983,038.
So this house of young ladies. Vessel, you remember I showed you yesterday all the girls.
Yes.
Right?
The editor was included as well.
Yes. All the girls in Love House. Mariam Moller's house. This is Mariam Moller's house. And this is how much they have raised.
Wow.
So it says the Love family has contributed the above figure to the Givers Club.
Hey. Yay. Whoa. This level of money laundering is on another level. So one organization is giving to another organization. So they're creating like a paper trail.
Yes, it's an organization within an organization.
Yes, but then when they transfer the money, they're, oh, listen, we don't have the money. We gave it to the Givers Club. And then the Givers Club is going to give it to somebody else.
Right.
And so on and so forth, as it goes around 140 companies that he owns. And as it's going around, the money is going less and less. They probably take 10K off here, 20K off there, 30K off there, as it's going around until there's nothing left. So this may also involve the creation of invoices. And by the way, guys, I'm just speculating. I'm just saying, everything I'm saying is my own views.
Right. Right. Alien. Hey, thanks for the popcorn. Okay.
This is what I suspect is going on here.
You know, Vessel, today isn't really about the money, but I know, Vessel, why is it that every time we set up a stream about this cult and we start, something always takes us away from the plan? Something
Yes,
new, up, something new. It's just crazy.
it's the Toby effect, the Toby Adeboyega effect.
Yikes. All right. So this is where he says they got the money from. Now I will go back to Toby, okay? 2 hours and 6 minutes, right? So now he's going to speak about that money that you just saw, right? Okay, listen to him now.
Or house of love. And others did well too. But you see,
Wait, let me take it back. Slap.
peace. It is a now matter. Now never grows old. Are you listening to me? Now never grows old. Now is always new. When we enter 2025, it's just another year, but we can make it now. We can make it the new now for the second generation. We can make it the new now for the corporates, the student. It can be a new now. Who do we want to be now? Forget who we were in Atrium, in Hilton. Now, faith is everything that we've learned in 2024 now. How are we going to use it? Because 2024 harmed us. It gave us equipment for war. We are no longer afraid of anything. You see, today, we are giving report. And congratulations to Love House. You've given 1 million this year. Or House of Love. And others did well too. But you see, these things before, we say be careful to announce it. Why? Charity Commission. Charity, if you are watching, come and take it now. Come and audit it. As in, I've never seen a nation that loses like this. Like, do you know that we didn't have to be accountable to, we didn't have to register? So if you have something, why not keep it? Now you've lost it and we are still announcing millions. So now your problem is, who are we? It makes no sense. That's why this city is closed up, producing less billionaires than even lower countries. It's impossible. It's unbelievable. The whole leadership, from conservative to labor, they are rotten, inept people. They don't know how to produce no wealth, just dollars. From Kestama to Kemi, just dollars. Absolute dollars. Absolute. Nobody should follow their mentorship. They don't know what they are doing. They are at best.
Tobi Adeboyega says
Hi,
that
hi, hi.
governments, they are brainless, they are brainless and inept.
They're dollars.
Countries are raising billionaires, but the UK isn't raising as many billionaires as those people. The
But
Prime Minister of the UK is a dullard. The new woman, Kemi Badenoch, that has been recently uh, appointed on the, I think she's on the, um, what do you call that party now? Kemi Badenoch.
conservatives, yeah.
Yes. Said they're dullards. They are, I would take it back. So you don't do like as if I put words in this guy's mouth. And I don't know why he's, hey, Aproko with spices. If you want to join us, let us know. Hey,
Oh,
Aproko with
please,
spices.
she needs a Aproko needs to come up. I love Aproko's analysis.
Aproko with spices. This guy, trouble deal. Trouble is.
But Afro,
Hmm?
he is calling people who wake up and go to work dollars. He has never worked a day of his life here in the UK, but is living a millionaire status back on the back of young people's tears,
Hmm.
young people's blood. He's a fraudster. He is a scammer. He is a liar. He is a criminal. That is how he has managed to be where he is right now. And he's
Exactly.
talking about raising billionaires.
Mm,
Would he be able to do a better job than Kemi or Sakir?
Of course not.
He can't even run a church properly.
All right. Let's listen to it again. And I will not say anything. I want you to. Very bad echo. I'm sorry. It's the speaker, and I don't know why. I'm using a speaker because I'm using my laptop. For those people who are not watching it on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, so I'm using a speaker. I think it's when Vessel is speaking. That's when there's that bad echo. I don't know. I'm good, right? It's just the speaker. Anytime Vessel is speaking, that's when. How did they get the 1 million? I just showed it, apricot with spices. I just showed it. Did you not see? Did you not see it? I think I showed it just now. This is it here. This is how they got the 1 million. 1 second, I'll get it in a minute. Wait. Okay. So, in this particular church or cult, whatever this is, so he has broken them down into various groups, right?
Sorry, Afro. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. 1 minute.
Okay. So, Mariam Muller's house, they have raised, right? This is how much they say they have raised for this year. Let me play this. Oh, sorry. Let's wait. Can you guys see it? This is how much they say they have raised this year. And this is where they're getting the monies from, the figures.
From crossover into 2020. Many of the same faces you can see today, but you wouldn't even be able to recognize where they are today. And also the final photo there, just our iconic Wapping Warhouse, which was known for hosting, and we would serve people, feed people, pray at 6 a.m. every day. And again, these values are really core to us. And if you go on to the next slide, I think that to me symbolizes the transformation that we've witnessed, where you can see, fast forward, you can see a Maddie there who's been leading the Gloss in Knightsbridge for 3 years. They're just about to open in Mayfair, looking like that's going to be early next year as well. Yes, and you can see there Dr. Amelia, who I came to the nation with, and she's there up on stage at Samsung HQ with Recon, delivering a lecture. You can see a Pastor Phaedra, who again came into the nation as an ordinary girl and has kind of transformed into this leader in the media space. And there's many other stories like these. If you can go on to the next slide. The house economy. Next slide.
Right. So here we go.
2024, our contribution to the Givers Club.
So apricot with spices. What's her name? Mariam Mola, the woman who has 27 convictions, most of them for fraud and theft. A hustler. The one that the documentary was made about. Catch Her If You Can. The name of the documentary. She's now in this church. She's a pastor in this church. They have videos have circulated about her the way she demands for money. And now she's saying, oh, they live in a group house. It's communal living they do. So her own house, instead of Toby to use all that energy to go plant cassava and yam for farm, go do husbandry. This guy daft. The guy is daft. All the monies that he has received, instead of him doing something good, he was using it to buy expensive clothes, expensive shoes, expensive cars. And now, I don't think this guy saw the day that they will say he needs to be deported from the UK. If he knew that this will happen, all those monies, they would have used the money wisely. And this is where, if you think, Toby, that because they did not get you for fraud, because the police chose to drop the allegations, they chose not to pursue it further. So in your mind, you're like, well, no charges were brought, so you went and relaxed. They knew they were coming for you 2 years later. They were coming for you. Now, deportation. Now the guy is getting angry. Anyway, apricot with spicy shade. Now you see where they're getting the figures from. Okay. So now let's go to Toby now talking about these figures. Toby is his own worst enemy. Toby is the one going to bring down his cult. He's the one doing the work. I'm telling you, nobody needs to do anything. Toby is the one bringing it down by himself. Please listen. I want you to listen to Toby's next words now. Right? He is about to insult the UK government. Insult the UK Prime Minister. Okay. Right. Listen to him.
How are we going to use it? Because 2024 harmed us. It gave us equipment for war. We are no longer afraid of anything. You see, today you are giving report, and congratulations to Love House. You've given $1 million this year. Or House of Love. And others did well too. But you see, these things before, we say be careful to announce it. Why? Charity commission. Charity, if you are watching, come and take it now. Come and audit it. As in, I've never seen a nation that loses like this. Like, do you know that we didn't have to be accountable to, we didn't have to register? So if you have something, why not keep it? Now you've lost it, and we are still announcing millions. So now your problem is, who are we? It makes no sense. That's why this city is closed up, producing less billionaires than even lower countries. It's impossible. It's unbelievable. The old leadership, from conservative to labor, they are rotten, inept people. They don't know how to produce no wealth, just dollars. From Kestama to Kemi, just dollars. Absolute dollars.
Wow.
Absolute.
Wow.
Nobody should follow their mentorship. They don't know what they are doing. They are best managers. They should be running Tesco, Peckham. They should be running these things. Kenny will be the best at Morrison, Peckham. That's all they can do. These people cannot produce wealth. They have no capacity to produce wealth. They've never been through nothing. They don't know what you are. Alvin here is better than the leader of conservative right now.
Tobi said,
Wait. Who should be the leader of conservative?
Wait now, no. One of the people. Hold on. I'll take it back. Tobi said, Keir Starmer needs to be working at Tesco.
Tesco Peckham.
Tobi said, Kemi Badenoch needs to be at Morrison's. Yeah,
Morrison's Peckham. Tobi!
You know why? He said these people, they can't produce wealth.
Which prime minister produced wealth before these two? Make him tell us.
Class captain, don't come for TikTok. Thank you. He moved the piano and we shut What has the piano, Evangelist Jukes, what has the piano got to do with this? Class captain said, are politicians to produce wealth or look after citizens? This is the same country where he showed off, where he, according to him, made wealth.
Afro, show that picture. Show the picture of him dragging a suitcase. Please.
I'm going to put it back so people can hear.
Yeah, so we can have a before and after. So we can prove whether the UK is producing billionaires or not. You know.
Said, yes, someone said dollar.
Oh, this guy, he get mouth.
Whatever you feel about some leaders, sometimes it's best to just keep your thoughts to yourself, especially you that is an illegal immigrant in the UK. The UK has helped you and benefited you for the last how many years? And now okay. All right, guys, listen to this guy again. I tell you, this guy is unraveling. All right.
That loses like this. Like, do you know that we didn't have to be accountable to? We didn't have to.
No. Hold on. And the guy is making several blunders as he goes.
We can make it the new now for the corporates, the student. It can be a new now. Who do we want to be now? Forget who we were in Atrium, in Hilton. Now faith is everything that we've learned in 2024. Now, how are we going to use it? Because 2024 harmed us. It gave us equipment for war. We are no longer afraid of anything. You see, today we are giving report, and congratulations to Love House. You've given $1 million this year. Or House of Love. And others did well too. But you see, these things before, we say be careful to announce it. Why? Charity commission. Charity, if you are watching, come and take it now. Come and audit it. As in, I've never seen a nation that loses like this. Like, do you know that we didn't have to be accountable to? We didn't have to register. So if you have something, why not keep it? Now you've lost it, and we are still announcing millions. So now your problem is, who are we? It makes no sense. That's why this city is closed up, producing less billionaires than even lower countries. It's impossible. It's unbelievable. The old leadership, from conservative to labor, they are rotten, inept people. They don't know how to produce no wealth, just dollars. From Kestama to Kemi, just dollars. Absolute dollars. Absolute. Nobody should follow their mentorship. They don't know what they are doing. They are best managers. They should be running Tesco, Peckham. They should be running these things. Kenny will be the best at Morrison, Peckham. That's all they can do. These people cannot produce wealth. They have no capacity to produce wealth. They've never been through nothing. They don't know what you are. Alvi here is better than the leader of conservative right now.
Sorry, who should be leader conservatives? I didn't get that.
It said Abby in his church.
Abby in his church.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Huh?
Abby in his church. Bola said, this Afro-atheist or whatever you call yourself, you have not explained why you celebrate Christmas when you call yourself an atheist. You're clearly confused. No, if because of the pictures you're seeing at the back there, you think that is a celebration to Christmas, then you are, my friend, on the back of my thing, it says Happy Holidays.
That guy is obsessed. Every live stream, he comes to ask that question. Obsession much?
It's not a celebration of Christmas. It's a celebration of the holidays. I mean, I don't celebrate a day when a young lady supposedly popped out God from her vajaja. I don't celebrate that. Christmas is not a time for me to celebrate. It's a time for me to mourn. If that story is true, it is the day that a young lady, after how many months of worrying that she was carrying God inside her womb, God baby, finally had the pleasure of pushing out the thing that was inserted inside her. That is not to be celebrated. That is, today, I'm sure we'll find a place to put it in some crime, some law. I'm sure if we look, there must be a way to classify that as a crime. So, no, Christmas is not a time for me to celebrate. I apologize. So, yes. Well, I'm not even apologizing. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. All right, let's continue. But yeah, whether I celebrate Christmas, you think that Christmas belongs to Christianity? Rubbish. Anyway, let's continue with this guy. Okay, so this guy said Abby in his church is better than the conservative leader. Oh, Abby is Abby not the one who was contesting for
NPC? I think so. I was about to ask you.
That was Jade. That was Jade. That one
was
was
Jade?
Yeah,
So who's Abby?
Abby is, I don't know who Abby is. I bet Abby is one of the small little girls in his church or something, right? Just to try and put salt to. Anyway, let's continue.
You see, today you are giving report, and congratulations to Love House. You've given 1 million this year.
Thank you.
Or House of Love, and others did well too. But you see, these things before we say be careful to announce it. Why? Charity commission. Charity, if you're watching, come and take it now. Come and audit it. As in, I've never seen a nation that loses like this. Like, do you know that we didn't have to be accountable to, we didn't have to register? So if you have something, why not keep it? Now you've lost it, and we are still announcing millions. So now your problem is, who are we? It makes no sense. That's why this city is closed up, producing less billionaires than even lower countries. It's impossible. It's unbelievable. The whole leadership, from conservative to labor, they are rotten, inept people. They don't know how to produce no wealth, just dollars. From Kestama to Kemi, just dollars. Absolute dollars. Absolute. Nobody should follow their mentorship. They don't know what they are doing. They are best managers. They should be running Tesco, Peckham. They should be running these things. Kemi will be the best at Morrison, Peckham. That's all they can do. These people cannot produce wealth. They have no capacity to produce wealth. They've never been through nothing. They don't know what you are. Alvi here is better than the leader of conservative right now. Let's be talking. They're soon deporting you, isn't it? Exactly. The more reason why I should just say it now. Jokes.
See?
They don't understand it. And here we are. God is raising a new generation and is saying to you, what makes you more powerful? You are taking a bet. You're taking a bet on the revival of your generation. Why? Because what is driving your own bet is the word of faith. It's the word of God. Christ took a bet. He took a bet when he read the scriptures. He said, for you will not allow your only one to suffer decay. He was looking at death in front of him. But
Uncle, keep quiet. Eh, uncle where they wear Gucci. Hmm? Uncle they wear Gucci. He's busy making noise. Uncle, keep quiet. Right. Now let's go to the video of today. Right. So as far as Toby is concerned, he considers himself a general in the army of what do you call it? In the SPAC Nation Army, right? He thinks that he is the general of the army. So, right. Let's go and see the people, the army that he is leading, that he is the general of. Let's go and see just some of his lieutenants and his sidekicks. Well, for this stream, I'm going to call them his goons. The men that supports, well, the young men, young men that support this guy. Just some of their antics. This is how these men, young men, this is how they raise monies, and this is how they treat people inside this cult, right? So let's go and have a look. But if you want to see the videos, please join us on uh, on YouTube, right? If you want to see the videos. So right, let me so I'm going to do this. Let's see if we share. Let's share this tab instead. Okay. And can I just say, the exposer, I thank you for the videos that you have been popping out. And, you know, exposer, wonderful exposing of this man for years now. I've been following the exposer. If anybody wants to know anything at all about this cult, the exposer is your the place to go. Every video, everything you need to show that this Toby is running a cult. So anyway, this is one of his pastors. Right, listen to one of Toby's pastors.
Oh, it's not clear, Afro. We can't hear him.
You can't?
No, well, I can't. I don't know about people on TikTok.
Oh, sorry. I've lost connection with. I lost connection for a minute. Okay. It looks like there's a lot of Toby's church members in the comments. But I'm just going to ignore all of you. Just keep on typing your messages, right? I mean, instead of you to listen and just take this in. But no, you want to cry about, they're even talking about Toby's dick. Oh my goodness, this people.
And they're supposed to be Christian. No love like Christian love.
They're busy talking about Toby's dick. Hey, Zod. They're busy talking about Toby's dick. Toby was a crime fighter on the streets, according to UK government. Yikes! The UK government, they really have a hand in this nonsense. The UK government really, really failed. They failed these young people. But let's go.
God's predator was the earth. Now God owed the earth. He used the earth. God used the earth. He used the earth as a loan.
This guy said, God's creditor is the earth. The earth is owing God. God used the earth as a loan. All of this is so that they can go and get loan and bring to Toby. Can you guys hear? This is one of the pastors. What's this guy's name? What's this one's name? Is pastor? Doesn't say. Wait, hold on. The one speaking is, hold on. This is, what's his name? This one is not a very prominent. Oh, no description was added. Let's see. There might be, let's see the comments. Please, if anybody knows the name of this particular pastor, please let us know. I'm not sure what his own name is. But yeah, guys, I'll take it back. Listen, the earth is owing God. Check these people. These people. Well, they will not say for money.
God's creditor was the earth. Now God owed the earth. He used the earth. God used the earth. Used the earth as a loan. And put an investment and went to business with himself. But when the earth found out that this man called Adam was used a part of him, as in his body, and began to sin with it, God was in debt to the earth. How do I know that God was in debt to the earth? I know that God was in debt to the earth because he tried to pay the earth back again with Jesus Christ. So what are we doing when we're sowing seed? What are we doing when we're putting seed back into the earth? When we're putting seed back into the earth, all we are doing is simply restoring the investment and paying off the creditor of God. And God was speaking to me. He said, look, the only reason why I'm raising you today.
They are paying back the investment. God and hey, Dean Kruger. Guys, what is going on here? God is owing the earth. Earth is owing God. My goodness. All right. Oh my God. This is too much for me. This is too much. Wait,
what are we doing when we're sowing seed? What are we doing when we're putting seed back into the earth?
Tell us.
When we're putting seed back into the earth, all we are doing is simply restoring the investment and paying off the creditor of God. And God was speaking to me. He said, look, the only reason why I'm raising you today is because I remember the times when you would go to Finsbury Park and work for 12 hours washing plates. I remember the time when I sent you to Royal Mail and you happily went there and you served after coming home, after office days in Mayfair. No, you would humble yourself and you would work for seed. You would walk home. Why? Because you didn't want to touch the £5 note that you were going to sow. No, I remember, and God began to remind me. He said, Alex, remember when you took the picture of your £5 note, and you would hold onto the £5 as if there was as if it was £100,000, holding onto that £5 as you walked to service. As you walked, luckily somebody was there to help me on the way home, on the way to get to church so I could sow my £5. But guess what? At the end of church, nobody was there. He was walking home for 2 hours. Sometimes I would work for a full day for £27.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I was saying something over there, but you guys didn't hear me. This is Pastor Alex. And I'm not sure if I still see him there. I don't know if he's still part of that organization. Okay. Oh, what have I done? Why did I do that? All right, go on.
It was just so I had seed in the ground. But every single time that we sow, what we're doing is we're putting seed back into the earth, because the earth almost lost out because Adam fell. As Adam fell, the promise that God made to the earth, that with this Holy Spirit, the whole of the earth will become subdued and increased and will become regentrified. As we sow seed, we're paying back the debt of God. But God began to say to me yesterday that I can't afford to have anybody lukewarm or in and out, or sowing half-heartedly or sowing sparingly. No, I need a person that can sow all. What is the sowing of all? The sowing of all is the death to yourself. As we replenish the earth, our seed helps to replenish the earth. Our seed helps create the body of Christ so that the world can begin to see the sun more clearer. As more men are added, as our word level increases to the point where we can begin to converse with the likes of a CEO of Aeon. Am I clear? Because I want to lay a foundation before we get into the giving structure and why we give. I want us to understand that. I want people like a Linda. I said to everybody within inside of my line, I call them world leaders. I said to them, look, there should be no reason as to why. There should be no reason as to why you cannot produce 250 pounds every single week. And if you can't, it simply means to show me that there simply hasn't been enough word level or enough pushing of seed. I took myself from sowing.
So just so everyone knows, what Toby did, he gave all his pastors. He said, "You have a line, right? So you have this line. You have a line. That line is the monies that they have to bring to the organization. So for everybody that's under them, these leaders, they have all these youngsters under them. So the people he's talking to are the people in his line. Maria Mola has her own line. So now he's telling the people in his line to bring 250 a week. 250 pounds a week. Some people don't even make that in a week. But he's telling them to bring it to him because Toby gives all his pastors targets. It's like they have special training school for this line. My own is Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze. Next year, 11/11, we will see you again at Toby's party, Abi. We will see you again at Toby's party. After all these revelations, after all of this, Daddy Freeze will still go and I'm riding in the Ferrari. I'm riding in the young children have paid the price. Toby knew what he was doing. He's calculated. No, he didn't know what he was doing. Tofumi Arrow. No, he did not. He did not know what he was doing at all. He thought he knew what he was doing. He didn't. Now, Toby was, you see, a lot of the things that Toby has done, you must understand, what held him back was the lack of papers. The lack of documentation held him back. So a lot of his moves, you see that this is someone who doesn't have documentation. And so other people having to do it for him. So in his mind, he thought that a time will come when he'll be able to go back to Nigeria and go and I'm sure he has his eyes in politics in Nigeria. Definitely. He wants some political office or something. But what he was doing is he was showing the world his lifestyle. He was showing, in his mind, he thought that all that will bring people in. And when they bring people in, young people, don't forget, not just the older adults. Toby has categorically said he does not want anyone above the age of, he said the age, I can't remember which. Yes, he doesn't want older people that their brains are already formed. No, he doesn't want that. So he was hoping that his church would completely blow up. All the young people in the UK will be in his church, and then he can fleece all of them, and they'll make money, right? Hey, Makano, how are you? Good to see you, Makano. Phaedria Pendergrass, Corinne Davies. I don't know if you saw the video we did the other day. We were here when we were exposing Phaedria Pendergrass. Phaedria sat there and she was with Toby talking about, I am the editor of WOTC magazine, and we reached 250,000 people, and blah, 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 blah. Only for us to go and discover that the magazine is a scam. Hey, goodness. They've got all this front cover of all these beautiful women. They go and reach people and say to them, okay, you could be on the cover of this our magazine, blah, blah, blah. And these people now say, okay, put me on the cover. Say, okay, you've got to pay £6,500. Like, what? You are the one who is telling us to come and telling me to come and be on your, and now you're charging me. So the people are, okay, you know what? Let's the haggle price and say, I will pay 1,000 instead, right? That Phaedria she is one of the con artists in that place. And all of this is documented. Look, what's the name? Forbes magazine did an article on Tobi, Phaedria, and Mariam Mola. Tobi, Mariam Mola, and Phaedria. But Corinne, thank you. That name has popped up. We've seen that editor. They call her the editor-in-chief. These people, it's just scams all through. It is disgusting. They scammed 250,000. It's disgusting. Guys, please, we need to know all the companies that are attached to this organization. We need to put the word out there. If you know any people that use Allure House, WOTC magazine, what's the name of that company?
Night something, the security company that doesn't pay people, Night Shield. You work there, getting your money, it's a struggle.
Night Shield is a security arm of this company. We went and looked at the reviews. Someone said, do not work here. I worked for them and they did not pay me. We saw the reviews there. So it's just this is just crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, let's continue with this Pastor Alex. And I don't know if Pastor Alex is still in this cult.
£5. I took myself from sewing £5 to sewing £20 every single week, to sewing £100 every single week. I remember with the first time.
Sewing. Why is the God of Christianity, the God of the Bible, why is that one always so broke?
He's greedy. Very greedy.
Is God so broke? It needs money. How will a God create you, create the universe, create everything in it, and then tell you, bring me your money? Like, what? A God tells you, bring your money. And then the God now writes, they write in the book that the God said that you are robbing him. This God now, the God in Malachi chapter 3 says, you're not robbing him. And he tells you how you're managing to rob him. He says, you're robbing me in your tithe and offering. Like, what? Hey, God, say you the robber. Okay. Wow. This is why this God subject, guys, this God that was brought by colonial masters, you see, the God is complaining that people are robbing it. This God here. All right.
That I sold my first £100, £200. I took myself from sewing £5 to 20 to 100 to 1K. And I realized that the moment I was able to do that and I had enough faith to sow that amount of seed, I realized that what God did is God repaid me in problem. What about me who hasn't got money? What should I?
Wait, so what did he say? God repaid him in problem? Wait, what did this Pastor Alex say? Sorry, oh, God repaid him in problem? Wait.
£100, £200. I took myself from sowing £5 to 20 to 100 to 1K. And I realized that the moment I was able to do that and I had enough faith to sow that amount of seed, I realized that what God did is God repaid me in problem. What about me who hasn't got money? What should I do when I have my debt to pay? You cool men. You unify. You unify a people and you begin to come up with creativity and strategy. Listen, if you have no seed to sow, I don't believe in that. That's called the seed of all. God had debt, but what did he do? He sent himself as a seed.
Welcome to the exposure. So you just heard stagnation, Pastor Alex Kenlock.
This guy said God has debt too. That the Christian God has debt. Hey, okay. I mean, you see why some of us we can't be Christian.
Yesterday, the Jesus was hanging photos.
Yesterday, Toby said Jesus was hanging photos on the wall. These people, they really, you see why we don't have to rubbish the God that people worship. We don't have to do anything. They do it for themselves. When a Christian is blatantly saying that God is in debt, what can we, who are not believers, what are we going to say that can be any more than this? We are out on the outside looking like, what? These people's God is in debt? Hello, people. This is the God you want to worship that is in debt? Anyway, give me a second. Let me get the other video. A God that is owing. It cannot be me. Lie. It can't be me. It cannot be me. Oh. Okay, it's this one. There's this video here. Where is it? Where did it go? Where did the video go? Oh, guys, just as a little detour from Vessel.
Yes, Afra?
Wait, live access removed. Why? Sexual exploitation and gender-based violence.
Try something else. Afra, you'll be back live in a few minutes.
Gender-based violence. How? What have I said?
Who?
Huh?
It's madness.
What did I even say?
I don't think you said anything.
What gender-based? Anyway, never mind. I mean, it's TikTok. You know what TikTok is like. TikTok have issues.
They're
Yeah,
very
so,
sensitive
no,
about
it ended. Unfortunately, it ended. But hey, I'm going to just leave that for now. I beg. TikTok is crazy. Anyway, so as I was saying, right, let's go.
I'll go live on my account. It's okay.
Okay. TikTok is very sensitive, very. And to be honest with you, I'm becoming really. Might just want to. Tofumi says, if God is taking your earthly money, is there also inflation in heaven? Wait, this God is in heaven, but needs earthly money. Wait, is he going to spend it in heaven or what? I don't know. Why does God need money from? Anyway, never mind. That's a conversation for another day. Right, Vessel and everybody, please, you guys need to see this guy. Please give me a second to pull out this video. You guys need to see this. you need to see this particular video. I won't say anything. I'm just going to let it run. Okay, everyone? This is a preacher. Don't forget it. This is a preacher, just so you know. Listen.
He's a fucking retard. Well, and get out of the fucking country. We all were fucking passionate when one man died in America. One. No justice. Nobody will speak for him. Not his fucking church. Not his fucking pastor. Nobody's gonna speak for him because he.
I hope you guys know who he's talking about. Sorry, I said I won't speak. He's talking about George Floyd. Right? George Floyd. That's who he's talking about. Okay, Pastor Tobi.
No
right?
way.
Yes, he's talking about George Floyd. Okay.
He's a fucking retard. Well, and get out of the fucking country. We all were fucking passionate when one man died in America. One. No justice. Nobody will speak for him. Not his fucking church. Not his fucking pastor. Nobody's gonna speak for him because he's poor. Okay, I accept all your oppression. I accept all your fucking stuff that you do to me from all your organization. I accept everything, but let me live in peace. Well, there's a generation that failed us, and because of their failure, we protest. Because of the failure of that generation. So we're not going to allow the British government to keep fucking silence. Let the British government know that we're not just good for slavery. These fucking retards. Obama is not talking. He can't talk. He's a retard. He's a fucking retard. It's infested building, and that place should be. Anyway, let me not say it should be burnt down, but it should be. It's Awusas there. Awusas in London. Nigerian embassy in London is filled with Awusas. They're part of the problem. They didn't stand up in their generation. They told us to be fucking praying, guys. We were praying. They're still praying in Nigeria. I'm tired of everything Christianity. I'm just tired. I'm tired. That's what my dad taught me all the way. We saw police take bribes. They said God will solve it. God didn't do jack. And when nobody calling me, telling me about how God would do anything, I don't want to hear it no more. I heard it as a child. I grew up in my dad's house, and God did not do nothing. And about celebrities, I've said it. I've reached out. AJ has reached out, talking and asked for me to call and all that. But look, it's the movement of the people. But yeah, anyway, I love you all.
Welcome to the exposer. So you just heard.
That was a pastor.
So is he said God didn't do anything.
God
He gives
didn't do
some, you know, I
jack.
don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it gives me vibes like he's not a Christian or a believer in God. And then
He is a believer in God.
it's
Human
confusing.
freeze. Human freeze.
Yeah.
They're skeptical of the religion, but they draw the line at the belief in God. There are a lot of people who agree with us for the most part about the God subject. They agree with us, but they draw the line at the belief in God. Some will call themselves agnostics, but they're truly not agnostic. They cannot bring themselves to admit that this God thing might just be a sham. They can't do it. I've been in what's his name, Daddy Freeze's live stream when I, asked a question in the chat, and Daddy Freeze's response. I'm sure I recorded it somewhere. His response was, he says atheists are something about atheists are clever people. He said, atheists are clever. But he said, but I can't remember. I need to go back and look for it. Yeah, but he drew the line in this God existing or not existing subject. So he's not. You think he's not a God believer? No. This guy believes in a creator. May not be the Jesus that everybody talks about, but Toby is he's too scared to be an atheist. This one, he's too no, he's too scared to be an atheist. He can't do it. All right, let's continue. So there was that, and sorry, the other video that I want to show you. Give me a minute. We need to go back. They're actually live right now, Vessel.
Oh, wow.
Toby's church, they're live right now. I will look when Toby himself is speaking. Right now, he's not doing the speaking. Just give me a minute.
He's coming across as very bitter.
Okay. Where's the video I'm looking for? Hold on 1 second. I think it's this one. Should have put them in a what do you call that? In a playlist. I thought it would be easy to find. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Find this video. All right, here, found it. Okay, this is it here.
Welcome to the Exposer. So in this documentary, we will be exposing how Stagnation pastor Tobi Adeboyega makes his money, allegedly. A lot of people wonder how he's able to sustain this glamorous lifestyle that he has, and how he's able to live in mansions, driving the most expensive cars, wearing the most expensive watches, and being dripped in designer. I'm pretty sure you've all seen Stagnation pastors, especially the main leader himself, Tobi Adeboyega, talk a lot about sowing seed. Now, in this photo, you can see what the seed is. It's tiny powerhouses that holds the potential to grow into beautiful plants. In other words, it's to do something that will eventually bring about a particular result. But this is not the seed that Pastor Toby is talking about. He is talking in biblical terms. So here is one of the scriptures that Toby has manipulated to brainwash his members. So in 2 Corinthians 9, verse 6 to 8, it says, "He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully."
So Exposer uses a voice, what do you call that? Voice thing to cover so that they don't know who they are. That's why they sound very animated. So I'm just gonna go to the all right, let's go. Right, let's get to the actual.
Pastor Toby, the word seed means money, and a lot of money. So we'll be showing you Pastor Toby and his members talking about the importance of sowing seed.
Children, we want to go give now. We're on a giving rampage.
It is seed. It is seed in the name of Jesus.
There was a time when Toby will have these boys at the back counting money. The money was everywhere. His guys, AI generated voiceover. So annoying, right? Yeah, it's can get really. But I mean, I understand why they do that. I understand why they do that, but it can be. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So Toby used to have all these money machines in his office, counting money.
One of the things that I have noted in Nation, one of the things that blew me away when I came here was the young people that were relentless in sacrificing. Absolutely relentless. I've seen some young people that are ready to sell their parents for seed.
Ha.
Lying? I know some of you people have tried.
Vessel of dishonor. Hey, where has she
Sell their
gone?
inheritance for Pastor Toby's seed.
No. Listen to it again, verse 4.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, these people. Oh God. Sometimes I just.
It is in the name of Jesus.
One of the things that I have noted in Nation, one of the things that blew me away when I came here was the young people that were relentless in sacrificing. Absolutely relentless. I've seen some young people that are ready to sell their parents for seed. Lying? I know some of you people have tried.
Meso, you did not hear it.
No.
That some of these young people are willing to sell their parents for seeds.
Oh,
There's a noise
my
coming in the
goodness.
background. Are you busy doing something?
No.
Okay. Some people want to sell their parents. Let me take that back. Sell their parents. My.
Was the young people that were relentless in sacrificing. Absolutely relentless. I've seen some young people that are ready to sell their parents for seed. Lying? I know some of you people have tried.
You heard that this time, right?
Is not too small for individuals to give 1K
Yes, I
a
heard
week
it.
if he allows.
Okay. I'm telling you, why people need to be worried. If you're in the UK, you got children that are at the age of 15, 16, 17, 20. They go and find their way in this cult. They will sell you. Oh. The people in Toby's cult are ready to sell their parents so that Toby can wear the Gucci and Fendi and Prada. Sell their parents. Can you? Can you over here? Can you imagine? Sell their parents for seeds. So this guy here, Sam Akoka, is the right hand man for Toby. Toby has handed over the reins of the church to this guy, Sam Akoka. All these people, they're all pastor. None of them knows anything at all about being a pastor. They've never been to the pastoring, not once. He just picks them from the streets and just makes them pastors. Crazy. Sorry.
Not too small for individuals to give 1K a week if they allow me to use them.
Wait, so this one, the other guy said 250
Eh?
a week. This one saying a 1K a week.
1K.
Yes, listen to him again. So, Please listen.
1K a week.
Yes.
People have tried.
It is not too small for individuals to give 1K a week if they allow me to use them. Are you sowing 1K a week? And by God's grace, I'm sowing 1K a week. However we want to put it, it's 1K a week, and I'm sowing that 1K a week, and I'm not relenting on that 1K a week. But
and I've sold way more than 1K a week, to be honest. Sometimes you can get 5K in a week, you get this, that, and the other. And I know this seed is pushing me to somewhere. Someone would say, you have so much issues on you, you have so much debt that you're battling, but this, that, and the other, but you don't relent on your seed.
Sometimes I would work for a full day for £27 just so I had seed in the ground. But as we sow seed, we're paying back the debt of God. So what are we doing when we're sowing seed? What are we doing when we're putting seed back into the earth? When we're putting seed back into the earth, all we are doing is simply restoring the investment and paying off the creditor of God. And God was speaking to me. He said, look, the only reason why I'm raising you today is because I remember the times when you would go to Finsbury Park and work for 12 hours washing plates. I remember the time when I sent you to Royal Mail and you happily went there and you served after coming home, after office days in Mayfair. No, you would humble yourself and you would work for seed.
I'm bleeding. Let me tell you something. I know when I'm bleeding. A lot of times in the past, I've hit target, but I know I haven't bled. It was a light thing. I've hit target. I've even helped other lines, but I didn't bleed. There's a seed that I'm sowing now that is gonna cost me my blood.
Guys, let's keep.
Vessel,
Yes.
bleeding for seed.
That's when they were selling their blood in order to give.
That's
To
when
get
they were
money
selling them.
for seed.
Let me take that back. You hear him talking about bleeding.
No, you would humble yourself.
Isn't he the one
you
that was
will work
on the bed?
I'm bleeding. Let me tell you something. I know when I'm bleeding. A lot of times in the past, I've hit target, but I know I haven't bled. It was a light thing. I've hit target. I've even helped other lines, but I didn't bleed. There's a seed that I'm sowing now that is gonna cost me my blood.
Guys, let's keep sowing. Let's keep sowing.
There is a seed that he's going to sow that will cost him his blood. Tobi, what are you doing to these young people? What is Tobi doing to these people? What is Tobi doing to these young people? They're bleeding for seed, guys. Just crazy. Bleeding for seed. This is mad. Look at Tobi now. Look at this is what if you wondered what the seed goes to buying, right here, that's it right there.
Taking grace from everywhere. His offering. Praise God.
Okay, so this is a girl crying. This is during prayers. Vessel in Miriam Mola's house, right? One of them is crying, "Oh my seed! Oh my seed!"
Man.
During prayers.
And someone is recording this.
Yeah. They're praying. There's live streaming. They were live streaming this. They're live streaming this for the people who are watching online. Oh my seed, oh my seed. Listen to her. My seed, my seed. My seed, my seed. Oh Lord, I'll never eat my seed, my seed, my seed. It's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours. It's yours.
So you just saw what, Tobi, showing you a lot of.
Sorry, exposure. That was too much for my ears. I'm sorry.
Hey.
I can't do it. Wait, let me see. Are they still speaking?
Videos or cheerful givers. They are guys that are putting themselves in problems in order to sow seed. And that's not what the Bible encourages you to do. Now we will be breaking down the system Pastor Tobi has put in place in order for his members to raise this money that he calls sowing seed. Now we all know Pastor Tobi likes to reference the street life with his cult. For example, the houses they live in, they call it the trap houses. But for Tobi to raise money for himself, he had to come up with a plan. And he got his leaders to all develop a line. We will be breaking down what a line is in SPAC Nation terms.
And we've said today is we're gonna have 30 lines.
Hmm.
30
Lines.
lines to raise 15K.
So you just heard him
30
speak
lines.
about raising a certain amount of money and having a certain amount of lines.
So these are the names: Nathan, Dami,
Wow.
Onye, Sam, Alex, CK, Nikki, Miriam Mola.
Hey.
These are the people that are in leadership. These are the people that bring the money. They're the ones that mobilize. Crazy people.
Now, this is just an example that you're seeing in this diagram. Just so you guys can have an understanding on how these members raise money. So you have Toby, surrounded by 8 strong disciples.
Yeah. Okay. So this month, after a long debate, simple. Listen to this very well. We're gonna have 150 fees, and I'm gonna talk to them on Friday night. They're giving 1,200 each, and then we really wanted to avoid the men from giving. So I said, let the men go and support the women. Let them help them to get their giving up. But the men said, nah. So we're gonna have 100 men give 1,000 pounds. So I'm focusing on the women. So I've said, men, you know what? If I have 100 men, go to those 150 women, right, and support them to meet their target. But they've said, no, it's not gonna work because they're not gonna have it. They said, okay. Then the group came up and said, let the men just raise their 100 people and let them give a grand each. So this month we're not doing 3, 4, 5 grand each. No, we're not doing that. We're just gonna try to move near our 1 million target again, baby step after another.
So for example, Toby will tell his main disciples to raise 200k on a particular month. And now you have these names around him: Mariam, Nathan, Dami, Onye, Sam, Alex, Nikki. The list goes on and on. Like I mentioned to you guys, he has a lot more members under him. So this is just an example. Now, all those pastors that I just mentioned will have the 200k target divided by 8. So after Toby has given them the target, each pastor will have a personal target. So here, Mariam, for example, will have a 25k target. Now, Mariam must raise her own line, which means she must get 8 strong soldiers that's under her to raise the 25k. So she will select 8 members under her, and this is how much money each member would have to raise in order to reach the 25k target. Now, in order for each member to raise the amount that they are told to raise, they also have to raise a line under them in order to help them raise the target that they are told to raise.
I don't need
It sounds like a pyramid scheme.
50 girls living in a house with me. I just need disciples, 10 or 12.
You say it sound like pyramid scheme?
Yeah, kinda.
It is a pyramid scheme. It is a pyramid scheme. Absolutely, it is. It's crazy. But today is not really about the men. It's about the women. Sorry, it's not about the women. It's about the men. So give me a second. Give me a second. Let's do this. Right. So this is about the men in this cult. This is okay. Let's see. Just give me a second, and then we will.
Because Daniel had no qualification.
Right. Can you see this one? Like you can see it? Okay. 1 second.
Yes, I can see it.
You can see it. Okay.
Welcome to the Exposer. Today we'll be exposing SPAC Nation pastor Daniel Ogoloma. Daniel Ogoloma was born in March 1995. He is one of the most known pastors at SPAC Nation, mainly because everyone sees him as Pastor Toby's favorite. He follows Pastor Toby everywhere. He lives with Pastor Toby, carries Pastor Toby's bags, Bibles, everything. He plays the same role that Connor plays, but Daniel Ogoloma is Pastor Tobi's favorite one. He doesn't have a job and spends most of his time just around the pastor. Daniel spent years in jail for robberies, possession of stuff he shouldn't have.
Really?
When he left the jail,
Daniel was in jail?
My goodness.
This is the one that they say he's Oxford University. Is it Oxford University or Cambridge? One of them.
Nah.
No,
When was
seriously.
When was he in prison? Like,
I don't know. This is Daniel. These people, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to. Anyway, let's continue. Wow.
him along a few of his mates joined SPAC Nation. So from a young age, Daniel was groomed to start SPAC Nation. Once upon a time, SPAC Nation
but
got
hold
Daniel
on,
to go to
Afro.
college.
If
Because
he
Pastor
was
Tobi
groomed from a
liked
young
something about
age,
Daniel, so he encouraged him to do
sorry,
his study.
Afro. Sorry, if he was groomed from a young age by SPAC Nation, how then did he end up committing robberies and all these crimes?
This is the thing. A lot of these things do not make sense.
They don't make sense at all.
Do not make sense at all. A lot of this, when you start asking these questions, they do not make sense. They don't. So a lot of this is just a pack of lies. I don't know where to begin with these people sometimes.
It's only Christians that fall for lies.
No, not only Christians.
No, a person with critical thinking skills will ask the same questions I'm asking.
That's true.
So it doesn't make sense. How can you be groomed in a church and still turn out to be a criminal and still be a pastor in that same church?
Interesting.
Because Daniel had no qualification. So whilst Daniel finished his BTEC qualifications, he began to believe he could get involved in politics. So he had dreams of becoming a politician. So Daniel would always preach and always tell everyone how he believes he will become prime minister. This is an ex-convict who only had...
And that's what he's doing now. This is why I'm surprised that he's been to jail, because all he does is, talk about him going to Harvard, Oxford or Harvard, one of them. And he is, what was it? Yeah. He takes all these photos with politicians and all these people.
has a small level of BTEC diploma to go with him. And this is the same guy that believes he will become a prime minister. So Daniel was groomed from a young age, lived with Pastor Tobi, did everything Pastor Tobi told him to do. As you must understand, not everybody in SPAC Nation is forced to do certain things, because it's down to Pastor Tobi. So there's some members at SPAC Nation that Pastor Tobi wants around him just to use them. They're basically like his slaves. They're not the guys who can afford to give much to the church. And Pastor Tobi does not expect much from them, because they live with him, he feeds them, but their role is to just follow him around everywhere he goes. So Daniel is Pastor Tobi's #1 follower, Pastor Tobi's #1 slave. So after a year and a bit at SPAC Nation, Daniel now wanted to make some money. So he realized that his friends at SPAC Nation were getting involved into businesses and loans to give to SPAC Nation, and Pastor Tobi was applauding them. He saw that there was a lot of potential in making money and in making Pastor Tobi happy. So many of you guys know, most people at SPAC Nation, most of the pastors, are involved in opening up businesses online, which later dissolves, because SPAC Nation would open a business, take out a business loan, and dissolve the company. So Daniel was no different to this. In terms of conning a lot of people at SPAC Nation, Daniel didn't do too much of that. He's been involved with a few incidents, but nothing to the same level of other members at SPAC Nation. Daniel was taught how to close deals because he followed Pastor Tobi everywhere. And for many of the people at SPAC Nation that know, whenever Pastor Tobi goes to a meeting, it's to lie and deceive someone into getting a huge sum of money. Pastor Tobi doesn't get himself involved with opening businesses online with his name, but he does have meetings with big companies and people with money where he persuades them to invest into businesses. So Daniel learned a lot from Pastor Tobi. So Daniel opened up the business online on the 17th of December 2015, and the company was dissolved on the 17th of July 2018. Nothing new there, because this is what SPAC Nation do. They use these young people when they join SPAC Nation, groom them, and Daniel would have had the best grooming because he moved into Pastor Tobi's mansion. He wore Pastor Tobi's clothes, followed Pastor Tobi everywhere, so he felt very important. So opening a business online was nothing for him. He'd done the business, got a loan out of it, and 3 years later, the business dissolved. Daniel did manipulate a few people into investing into the business, but this is not something he carried on for too long, because he followed Pastor Tobi most of the time, like I mentioned. So he didn't really have the time to try to find people to con. What Daniel had time to find was to mess around with girls at Spike Nation. Because he was always around Pastor Tobi, he knew he had some attention from the females. So Daniel tried to use his position to get up to no good with some of the females, some of the pastors at Spike Nation. So he spent his time hanging around Pastor Tobi and in his spare times doing things with girls at Spike Nation. And when I say things, allegedly sleeping around with some of these girls at Spike Nation. Daniel himself, who was in a relationship with a pastor at Spike, ended up cheating on her with a minister who was 16-year-old at the time and who was drunk at the time that he slept with the 16-year-old. The 16-year-old reported it to the pastors, but the young minister was told to forgive him and forget about it and never to speak about it again. So these are the things that go on all the time at Spike Nation. And leaders of the church ask these young girls to forgive and forget. And these young girls believe in these pastors. So I don't make it a big deal. Daniel, he would use Pastor Tobi's cars, wear Pastor Tobi's clothes, wear Pastor Tobi's watch, would dress and act a certain way just to try and get the attention of females at Spike Nation. But let me tell you guys, this is a guy who has no salary, no income. This is a guy who openly admitted on the video that he was only given £50 a month, that he did not care about money. Because he doesn't lack anything. He is always around Tobi. Tobi buys him food. Tobi gives him his clothes. This is the reason why Daniel isn't so hungry to get money like his friends. His friends feel that they need the money because they're not always around the pastor. But Daniel is always around the pastor, so the pastor will treat him from time to time. So this is why Daniel and 3 other pastors in Spike Nation are very dangerous, because even though they may not be affecting the public in terms of the loan and the business system, these guys are still abusing girls at Spike Nation. Daniel was also part of a corruption regarding 2 young black men who came to Spike Nation for help. Spike Nation wanted to invest in the clothing line, but in the end, Spike Nation ended up fooling these young boys out of a 10k loan and left these 2 young men in debt. Daniel was behind this because Daniel was the one to bring the young boys' clothing line to Pastor Tobi's attention. Spike Nation bragged about it and tried to get members of the church to buy the clothes of these young men. But Daniel had a long-term plan, him along with Alex, because Alex was the main person to get these young men to take out a loan. But Daniel was very important because he befriended these young men. He made it look like he would do anything for these young men. He's the one to introduce these young men to Pastor Tobi. So these young men believed in it. These young men believed that the clothing line will become a success. Daniel even bought the clothing line off the young kids and encouraged some of the members to buy it. But later on, when the young men were fully involved in Spike Nation, this is when Alex stepped in to fool them out of a loan. Fooled them out of a loan and left them in debt. But Daniel had a big part to play in that. This is why it's important to expose pastors who people may not really be familiar with. Because they're the one, like I said in previous videos, they're the ones who do the dirty work behind the scene. So people like Daniel must be exposed. So this is the exposing of Daniel Ogoloma.
My goodness,
Welcome to the
Afro.
exposure.
That minion, the Pastor Tobi minion guy.
Daniel?
Yes, he's bad news. He wears Pastor Tobi's clothes. Well, not Pastor. He wears Tobi's clothes, his watches, who drive the cars. I'm sure most of the properties are in his name.
Possible.
Wow.
Unfortunately, these are the kind of people that Tobi has around him. Oh, he's not the worst vessel. There are worse ones. Like this one. Let's see. Okay.
Today we will be exposing Spike Nation pastor, ex-gang member, 28-year-old Kevin Ifeko, also known as PK, also known as CK. Kevin is from Newham.
Sorry.
Has a serious history as a gang member.
Sorry.
He's been in and out in jail for a period of 7 years before he joined Spike Nation. He mentions himself, he's been in trouble for murder and attempted murder twice. He went to prison for shootings countless of amount of times. And his life has been a trail of violence. So Kevin mentioned he actually came to Spike to hurt somebody, a rival gang member. So he said he came to Spike with a knife, and on that day, the preaching touched him, and he went to drop his knife at the altar. That's a lie. The reason why he joined Spike Nation was because 1, his girlfriend was there, and 2, he knew that Pastor Tobi would somehow invest in him, because this is what he was told. Pastor Tobi was delighted to have someone like Kevin come to his church. So Pastor Tobi told PK and his girlfriend that he would help change their life around. So his main motive for joining Spike Nation was because he thought he could make some money. It wasn't because he wanted to change his life around, because he wanted to make some money. So Kevin decided to become a Spike Nation member. So behind the scene, him and Pastor Tobi would have a lot of meetings. This is what Pastor Tobi does to get the attention of the gang members. He brings them to his house, makes them feel comfortable to see how he's living. And he makes them believe they will also have this lifestyle if they join Spike Nation. So Kevin was excited, and Kevin was eager to get things going at Spike Nation. Pastor Toby was so happy because he was told that Kevin was a notorious gang member in East London. So Pastor Toby knew he could influence a lot of people to join Spank Nation from his borough. Toby also knew this.
Guys, what do you think? Toby's cult is online right now. Shall we go over there and go and see what going?
Yes, let's peep. Let's have a peep
of what goes on live.
Yes.
Right? Shall we go? Shall we go? Right, let's go and have a look.
Go. I'm gonna tiptoe behind you, Afro. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go and see what goes on live and direct. So this is what goes on live. Right, let's see.
Prosperity and equality of the girl child.
It is integral to the development of themselves, petitioning for the prosperity and empowerment of the girl child.
Pastor Toby was joined by thousands of women from all backgrounds, all ages and all walks of life, committed to raising the next generation of female leaders from their communities.
This peace walk is named the Girl Child Peace Walk. And we are petitioning with and aside our leader, Pastor Toby, that we will invest in and support women-led enterprises and communities for economic growth.
United Kingdom government with a shout and God bless the families.
Question is, what is your message to those that might not become professional football players, but they still want to be a part of your organizations?
They should be referees. But on a serious note, the first thing in a child's life, is to look for their area of expertise, what works for them. And then an organization like ours, a family like ours.
The reason why I know that whatever Toby is doing here will not work. Toby wants to be the leader of everything. Toby wants to be in charge of hair and beauty. He wants to be in charge of people who selling Nigerian food. People doing football. What does Toby know about football? He wants to know everything about the Nigerian music scene. You see him hanging out with actors from Nigeria. You see him hanging with journalists. He has his hand in everything. He is a jack of all trades, master of zero. All of this is just to hype people, make people think, we're into sports, we're into this, they're not into anything. These people were marching. Nobody asked them to march. Nobody was marching on the earth. Nobody. Toby and his church just decided, you know what? Let's go and march. What kind of nonsense? These people, they're crazy in this cult. They're crazy.
Boast of resources. Resources mean that we can ease people into different areas. We have the beauty movement. We have everything that you can think of, and that's what a family is supposed to do.
Beauty movement.
What a man.
The Capital Sports Football Tournament, hosted by the NSA and PT, saw the next generation of budding athletes compete to win a cash prize of £3,000, with over 5,000 attendees present to witness an extraordinary event bringing together young talent in football from across the community.
Like minds, you will win. People who are willing to.
This football thing did not make sense at all. You know why? I want you to just stop for a minute and think. Please think with me. Please think with me. This man is a pastor. A pastor. He's in charge of all of this. In his church, he's got a couple of people that are, keen on football. When Toby first started, they had one of their members who he had a little football thing. Young people will come to his football something. They don't talk about that anymore. That one was going to bring problems because the kids that were coming to that were youngsters. So now, here we have a pastor. They want to be in every industry that is, where money is. So we have football. They have 120 people under 25. They've brought all these young people, brought them to this stadium. Oh yeah, you guys come and play. And after playing, then what next, Toby? Toby, what next? You've done all of this. Put your cameras on to show people we're doing football. We're giving people opportunity, 500 pounds. So all these youngsters that you have brought to this place here, what next for those kids? If you are thinking critically, all of this is a sham. The goal of all of this is to bring the little ones who are interested in football, so that maybe one of them might in turn become the Ronaldos and the so when he goes and he's earning 50,000 a week, Toby's cut inside will be 25K a week. You see, Paul?
To take as much risk as you're willing to. People who are willing to sacrifice as much as you're willing to. People who do not think individualism, but they think community. Raise leaders, because vision that is not backed up by knowledge is just empty ambition.
At this year's Corporate and Professionals Forum, Pastor Tobi gathered hundreds of top talent in insurance, tech, law, banking, and construction to ensure that young people can gain access, opportunities, and mentorship into these otherwise difficult fields and industries.
Today I'm putting up a food show. Come with me. It is to help upcoming church. Our idea of church is helping put people on creating platforms. Those who always say, I wish I had something to do. I think that's what we are set up to do. Let's go.
You see what I was telling you, that Toby wants to be the master of everything.
Yes.
Now he's in kitchen.
He has his hands in too many pies. He just wants to grab money from everywhere. Do you know, Afro,
That's
as a
Toby's
charity
son.
organization?
Before you continue, that's Toby's son right there.
All right.
The one with the braids.
Okay. Oh, wow. As a charity organization, you can approach corporate companies and ask for sponsorship to do such things. These cooking activities, and you just say, no, it's for the youth. Corporate companies will give you a check. If you go to companies that produce food, Afro-Caribbean food, for example, they can give you the products for free.
Wait,
So,
what are you talking about? Sorry.
As a charity organization, you approach these places. Yeah. Listen, we're a charity. This is what we want to do for the community. We need some sponsorship. So you'll find that this place that they're doing this, maybe they might have even got it for free or at a heavily discounted price. All the utensils, all the equipment, the food and everything, that would have been donated by a sponsor, right?
Mhm.
None of this might have been, Spark Nation's contribution could be next to nothing because
Okay.
they were a charity organization.
I see. I see. I
It's
see.
the same with the football. So
Mm.
it's probably just another channel or avenue to make money and say, do you know what? We can approach sponsors and get sponsorship for this and sponsorship for that. And then maybe
Mm.
they didn't get enough sponsors for the football academy, so they dropped it.
Right. My goodness. I mean, just it's just crazy. Toby, I'm sorry. All of this is not working. Guys, before I forget, please don't forget to give the stream a thumbs up and to like the stream, okay? Let me get the
To
petition.
mark this year's London Fashion Week, Pastor Toby hosted the W Fashion Show at Mercedes-Benz World in true style, featuring nearly 30 global brands and over 200 professionals from models, stylists, and makeup artists, giving them platform visibility and creating employment opportunities for the community.
So now here we go. Now we're in fashion. Football, cooking, now fashion. All these events are put on by Spark Nation. Spark Nation people put all of this together. They invite people. All of this is designed to lure people in. That's all. That is all at the end of this, to lure them in so they can get their seeds.
And this is live from what they're doing
Right
tonight.
now. Right now.
Oh, so
They're
it's
live
just
right now.
another a marketing thing.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
Exactly. That's what they're doing right now.
Go rest.
Okay. All right. Let's.
Look how I'm reaching my goals. This came right off the stove. Trumps, Elise. She wanna shop for some clothes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Go. I told her, baby, you know what it is. I might have put you in vogue. The rose of the Maybach, whatever I'm pitting, no matter she going. Potato the AP, I might have a Richard. I'm tired of the rollies.
So what's going on here now? What is this now?
You speak on the greatest, you know what it is. I'm like,
PT's highlight of the year. Ha, now wow.
Praise God. Good evening. Good evening, Hall. Good evening. Let me see where you're watching from. Good evening to you. What a beautiful night. Everybody has been saying this is impromptu, but you should know this should happen, though. It's the last few days of the year. What would we be doing? Busy being sick. That's why everybody drinks. But I know what has happened. Too much drinking. Immune system is gone. Praise God. Good evening. Good evening. From all over the nations and the families, the houses, or you're in your home, private home. I want you to keep talking to me tonight. I need to see you. And I'm not going to rush tonight. I would only leave when I'm hungry. And that will be very soon, though. Good evening. What a beautiful recap of the year and many things that have happened this year. Whilst we're greeting each other in God's name, in the name of Yahweh, under this vision, I need to see you pick up your phone and let's talk. And I'm going to start with, in the beginning was the word. Just that's the easy hint into where I want to go this evening. And I do hope tomorrow all the leaders will just show their day. We win souls. Let me just give you some statistics in case you need to put them up on your social media, put them up on your stories if need be. You all this year, you've been viewed. Everything you've posted has been viewed, or you've had about 118.47 million. I mean, 118.47 million views.
Really?
So if they are saying streaming, if they were actually streaming, you've reached 118 million. That's close to 119. Let's just round it up at that. That's what you've done this year. And it will amaze you to know that your highest
Sorry, are
score
you
was the
saying
winning
something?
match.
I
That's
can't
more
hear
than
you.
21
If you're saying
million
something, I can't hear you.
I'm saying, come on, Toby. Those are bots. Come on.
Yes. No, Toby is he loves exaggerating numbers. If Toby tells you something, please take away 2 zeros from it. If he tells you that they've done 150,000, just take away 2 zeros. He's known for exaggerating. Yeah, he is known for exaggerating.
Way more than what followed it was BBC, which I mean, BBC is BBC, and that's not from them. That's because you were pushing the narrative, but you were way more than that. What you did by yourself. People say, well, people don't like good news, but we're forcing it down their throat because they must have to like it. They will like it. They are bad people, but they will like our good news. They have no choice. So when you all collectively came together to work to make sure you push something, when the social media team or the PR team kept pushing you to push, I want you to see yourself and hear for yourself. The results are phenomenal. The results are amazing. And what scripture says is, surely as God lives, this is God's desire. Let me just use that as starting or greeting scriptures. You're winning on every side. The nation is growing more than ever before. And the physical manifestation of it takes time, because precept must be upon precept and line must be upon line. A little here, a little there. So as I'm seeing all our DMs full of people who are just saying, we love you, we want this work. I'm looking at the beautiful video from World Castle in Belgium. I've never seen any of those guys. This is the first time I'm seeing what Pastor Kingsley looks like. I've never even seen what he looks like. I've heard we did the ordination, but it's a phenomenal work. And I'm going to be charging the City of David, the Wealth Union, on what's next. And that's what I came to tell all of you what's next. The Lord our God appeared to Moses and he said, you have dwelt too long on this mountain. I know I'm piling up scriptures. You can turn on the fan. Don't turn it to people who are sick.
Oh, do you guys know that they've got a branch in Belgium? One person went over to Belgium and has started something over there. In Toby's mind, he's been thinking that's one who will do the work, the groundwork, and then will now tell Toby, oh yeah, come. The work is ready. You can come and take over.
Oh,
Toby,
man.
yeah, somebody is talking about the person in Belgium. He said he has never met that person before. Did you hear him? He's never met
Yes,
the person.
I heard him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's never met the person before. But there's someone there, stationed there, who is winning souls and starting a church. And then when the thing don't gain momentum, Toby, all right, come over. But it won't be easy by the time they deport him to Nigeria, because when you go and apply for visa, they will say, oh, they will ask, have you been deported from any country? He'll say, yes, he's been why were you deported? Yeah. Then his whole sheet. You have to tell them his name and everything. This is why this guy is trying so hard not to be deported, because that thing will taint him bad. So his operations in the UK will never work. Not even in Nigeria. Can't work. Cannot work. And hello, Sona Pasaki.
I've just been declaring I'm not, because I'm really not sick. This is how people say, are you good? Once they start asking, it's coming. They will force this thing on you. And so you are coming down with something. No, you are coming down to hell. Leave me the hell alone, nigger.
What? What the hell? Vessel.
If you saw PKT.
This man, it just...
Leave me the hell alone, nigga. Wait, hold on. What's wrong with this guy?
It's made by Babalawo. Babalawo is a voodoo man, like an opium man. Jamaicans will call opium man.
Let me take. How do I?
Okay. Man.
It looks like. I've never even seen what it looks like. I've heard we did the ordination, but it's a phenomenal work. And I'm going to be charging the City of David, the Wealth Union, on what's next. And that's what I came to tell all of you what's next. The Lord our God appeared to Moses and he said, you have dwelt too long on this mountain. I know I'm piling up scriptures. You can turn on the fan. Don't turn it to people who are sick. I've just been declaring I'm not, because I'm really not sick. This is how people say, are you going through something? Once they start asking, it's coming. They will force this thing on you. And so you are coming down with something. No, you are coming down to hell. Leave me the hell alone, nigger.
So
you saw PKT.
So someone is asking you, are you coming down with something? Excuse me. And this guy thinks that you are, says you that for asking him, you are coming down to hell. You leave him alone, nigga. This man. Hey. Spark Nation people. This is what you people listening to. You listen to this? You are in serious trouble.
This thing is like it's made by Babalawo. Babalawo is a voodoo man, like an Obiaman, Jamaicans will call Obiaman. Like, then I'm still asking, is anything? I said, I'm fine, sir. You're fine. And this thing has this much garlic. I know you, sir. Garlic, natural things, is not your thing. So you just mix this concoction up. You're healed, bro. So I said I kept complaining today about PK and Marias. They have no regard for isolation. You're healed, stay away. But they have no regard. They still say, yes, sir. Why, though?
What's he talking about?
Leave the comments on for a minute. Over 118, about 119 million. Look at what scripture says here, so that you know it is the will of God. And what God has done is found a willing people. And each time he finds a willing people, there's always a battle. The battle is God's servants. God's servants. You understand what God's servants mean? The people he sends. The people he wants to use for a purpose. So there's a battle between God's servants and social servants. The social servant is where we grew up in. Everything has to be normal. At 22, they have to marry. Or 21 or 18, I don't know. Their fathers, they'll keep getting low because the fathers know they are dying soon. So they just want to see their grandbaby and they go away.
Now
because they know they have a problem already.
That's now 14.
Otherwise, why are you in a rush, bro? What's the issue? But that's man servant. That's social servant. Those people keep the word going. And it is not bad. Because I know I'm talking to a lot of ladies. But then you have God's servants. God's servants are those who choose to be used by God as vehicle for a new generation. It's a choice. Again, you have social.
This is why this Christianity, it's a real issue. They say God's servants. In 2024, some people are still choosing to be servants to God. This is one of the reasons why I cannot be a Christian, because when you follow this God, you have to subject yourself to servanthood. Servanthood and slavery. You are a slave to God. You are his servant. A God you've never seen before. A God that you don't know before. You don't know whether the thing exists or not. But you are choosing. This is what you call shackles. This is what you call this is mental slavery. You are a slave to something that only exists in here. Talking about being a servant to God. Lekon says, from the look of things, he's not mentally stable. Exactly. He's messing himself.
Servant, the social construct, the things that must be, the things that looks right. Then God says, but God is not going to stop it. It's not going to stop social servants. It's not going to say they shouldn't exist anymore. It's not going to say people should not get into marriage anymore. And we are not anti-marriage in any way, shape, or form. Far from it. But marriage must be partnership on purpose. So there is a sharp war between God's servant. God's servant, their lives are always peculiar. It works out better at the end of the day. It is more rewarding. It is more powerful. However, the social servant, they look acceptable now. So it is more tempting. It looks real. It looks great. But then I give you an example of social servant. Lot was a social servant. The Bible, even though it followed God's servant Abraham for many years, but it was actually a social servant. Things must be the way they look. For God's servant, things will not be the way they look. It's faith walk. It ends up well because you are the promise to the nations, but social servants end up like
things must be the way it looks. Hey, Sino Pataki, are you there? Arsenal 14, are you there? Lekon, I beg now. People should try and translate what is this man saying. Special Kali, come on now. Things must look things must be as they look. Hey, goodness gracious. Some people have you note a pattern. Hey, what is this guy saying? Okay, you guys, please, I'm depending on you to translate. I beg, please.
Like Lot, because it's just a normal life all over again. Nothing new, nothing peculiar. It is not a new wedding. It's the same music, it's the same clothes, it's the same thing. And God's servant have to make up their mind to yield to a call. It's a call. It's a call. You hear it in your spirit, you respond to it, and though people may fall by your left and right, it is your own makeup. You've made up your mind. He called you before he formed you. And the worst ones, remember that even though Esau and Jacob came out from the same womb, they were two different servants. Jacob was God's servant, Esau was social servant. You know, Esau's dad, Isaac, told them, don't marry from outside. I'm not saying that's the rule for the nation. You can marry from hell if you want. That's not my business. Because even if you marry from inside and you marry someone that is an outsider,
marry from hell.
Inside. it doesn't make any difference. So that's there's no rule to marry. You can marry tomorrow if you like. You can even marry and inform Pastor Sam later. So I don't know what that's got to do with anything. So marry for 2 years, secret wedding, and then tell us after. You're cool. God's servant. Our lives are peculiar, but they end up greater. It's a choice for faith rather than a choice for socialization. And so all the things we do socially is to be accepted in the social world. But at the same time, God's servants must not sleep. So one of the instructions tonight is sleep tonight, but from tomorrow morning, do not give your eyes sleep again till the 31st of December 2025. Be sick, be ill today, drink all your concussion, all you like, but from tomorrow morning, wake up. Wake up, because the fight gets more real. Because God's servant must also prove that God's way is the way, yielding to the call. Because the advertisement for social servant is so great because it's entrenched in our being. He uses God's servant to promote himself too. So 119 million views, and it's nothing yet.
118 million views.
1111 itself contributed about 11.8 million into the nation's visibility. 11.8 million. And so why are you talking about just numbers? Numbers is important in what scripture says here. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought, so it's the highest actually. Not 11.8, 77.8. That's more than half of the whole view. 77.8 million views is what it contributed into your visibility.
What?
Draft whatever BBC was saying, BBC only got 18 billion. You have 77.8. Before people say that we
77.8 million views from where? From where is this guy?
And why is he looking at what BBC? Why is he looking at what BBC's views are?
I don't know.
He's weird. He's a weird man.
He is. He's troubled.
Can't have our own channel because and these are not musicians. We're not musicians. We're not musicians. It's not a music movement. It is word, and people hate sense. They dislike it. We've discovered on social media, to be popular, you have to actually be so dense, or at least pretend to be. You have to keep pushing for what is dense, what is silly, what is dense, what is silly. Then people will like you. I'm sure on the pages of the people all around, all the leaders. I'm not sure we can collect those numbers. On my own page alone, we have 50 million views through the year. 50 million.
What?
Most of your NTV, Hood TV, they don't get that. They don't get 10 million through the year. They do not get that. That's 50 million views through the year. So you're qualified for your own channel, depending on what's going on part time. You can keep showing the comment. It doesn't matter what any loser is saying. It's end of the year. Losers, this is the time they now get more energy because they sow into the next year. Look at this scripture. Let me get into scriptures. That's statistics. The ones that we know. There are souls everywhere that we don't know, but they will manifest in time once God's servants are ready. And I want to refer you to my SoundCloud on God's servant. I think that's a few years ago. I think you can search it. I'm not sure if that's how they titled it, exactly how they titled it. But there's a sharp contrast. There's a war because Esau and Jacob look the same, but they are not the same.
I beg.
Jacob will be sent on a mission to the house of Laban.
I'll take my time later and listen to it.
Them, but Esau is a bit before Esau could
I'll
breathe.
Take my time later.
Many.
Go and
just
see what on earth the guy is saying.
Outside.
See if there's anything important.
But what he forgot.
Because knowing this guy, he will share talk. Wait, let me take him because I've had to rewind several times.
Because it is God's purpose that has established you. How you feel in your spirit until social servants invade you. Because they have an invasion method. A social servant. Everything about their life has to conform to the world. God's servant is not so. You were reading something. I keep interrupting you. Tell me.
Psalm 35 verse 27.
Dr. Eugene, we can begin to adjust the video because we need to post it. The Microsoft wasn't there. The services, some of the services have to be there before they say I don't preach anymore. The video for the corporates is too short. The preaching was too short. The auditorium was too short. And of course, don't hand it on 11:11. Hand it with studio services. Please go on, man.
Psalm 35 verse 27.
Tell me.
Let them shout for joy and be glad, who favor my righteous cause.
Everyone, we spoke about righteousness yesterday, right? That righteousness is standing according to God's will. I don't care how much sin Jessica Haka has. Issue is she connect? The reason is, if we want to begin to mark sin, nobody will be used by God. David will be the least to be used, and Moses will be the least to be used. Of course, I care how many sins you have, but you know what I mean. What makes her righteous? The word righteous is right standing. So you can choose right standing with the community, with the society, with the world that is failing. You can choose the world that you always see them start with joy, end with sorrow. Or we can choose to start with soberness and end with greatness. That's the path we have chosen. And it is not easy because social servants look happy, but they are sad. God's servants look sad, but we are happy at the fulfillment of what God has called us to do. Everyone who favors God's righteous cause. What is God's righteous cause on earth right now? Spark Nation. I say, how do you know?
God's righteous cause on earth right now is Spark Nation. Vessel.
Nah, I think God has got, if the God exists, he's got better things to do, such as checking on his virgin men. You know, the virgin men, the 150,000 virgin men that he has set aside. Is it 150,000? How many? I don't remember now. But I think that's what God is doing.
144,000.
Yes, those ones. He's checking on them to make sure that there are no women that are defiling them.
144,000. I mean, it's...
And he's also checking who hasn't paid their what do you call it? Their foreskin. Yeah, he's checking for who hasn't paid the foreskin. You know that God loves foreskin.
You know,
God loves foreskins. He's got no time to be worried about Spark Nation.
No. Because he's teaching violently.
Yes.
He's teaching violently. He's teaching violently. This one don't be violence. I must see me. I'm already falling asleep just listening to him. Violently.
Tobi, are you not just saying that because it's your work?
You know
what if
Afro?
I'm not living Spark Nation today anymore? What would happen?
I've already...
There's no noise here. There's nothing. There's nothing. What kind of noise is it?
Like scratching,
like a rubbing noise or something? Or...
Is it me, guys? Can you guys hear the noise I'm hearing? Can you guys hear it?
Anyway, let me speak quickly, then I can mute up. You know the service yesterday. I counted the number of rows. There were about 3 or 4 rows. That's a great reduction.
But
from the 30 or 50 rows they used to have.
Vessel, please don't forget, they always have people in the other houses, some people connecting and watching them live.
Story.
But not many.
Story for the gods.
Can you hear the noise? Can you hear the noise I'm hearing?
Smoke and mirrors. They can hear it.
Can you hear the noise? Yeah, it's okay. They can hear it. Okay.
Hey, what noise?
It's like a sound.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's my mic. I don't know. Let me mute up.
It must be the mic, like an echo, right? Yeah, it sounds something like that. It just sounds.
Leading a whole community, a whole world. So it's not about that. It's looking at people every day, eyeball to eyeball, knowing, I hope she knows she's God's servant. I hope, and my prayer for you is that the social servant will not get you. It's because their fiery dart is always out. They are always shooting. They will hate you because you are God's servant. The scripture says, I've given them your word. And that is why the word hates them, because they are social servants. anything that just fits into the now, anything that makes anyone normal, it does not end well. It said, let them shout for joy who favor my righteous cause. How do you know Allah will prosper? They favor God's righteous cause. How do you know West Castle in Belgium will do well? They favor God's righteous cause. They stand with God. Their life may not be perfect. Their behavior may not be perfect. But the cause, you need to, the definition of cause. They favor my righteous reason. So out of Esau and Jacob, who favored God's righteous cause? God was not looking for the perfection of Esau. Jacob was a proper trickster, but wasn't looking for the perfection of Jacob. He's just saying, who can favor my cause? Meaning, what I want to do now. When you go to workplace, when you're doing business, do you look for how righteous the person, how perfect the person is, or if they can deliver? How many of you run companies and you look for a person who has no blemish in their life in order for your business to grow? You see this guy doesn't drink, he doesn't have girlfriends or guy friends, he doesn't do this, so I will now employ him. That's an incompetent person, but you're employing the person because they fit Bible choice. And by Bible, just 2 chapters, not whole Testament, because that's another ball game. You don't. You run a business, insignia. You look for who favors the cause of insignia. The kingdom is a business. It is extremely transactional. What God wants to do and who is available to do it. That's why God found David, the son of Jesse. Saul was no longer favoring God's righteous cause. Because if you consider what Saul did versus what David did, Saul didn't do any much bad. But it favors the cause of God. It said these people can shout for joy. Not the crossover people, not the 31st people. Like sometimes you wonder, is God not, we grew up on something called Good Morning Holy Spirit, yeah? That's when you just wake up. So when we got older, that's when my departure from those stuff started. I was saying, does the Holy Spirit not get confused? Because if I say good morning, and in Australia is evening.
What is he talking
in
about?
Indianapolis is afternoon. How good is this guy to respond to everybody? And this good morning, what is good about it? Anyway, what I'm trying to say is you as a business person.
Okay.
By the way, let me just tell you this now.
All right, tell us.
You love marriage, right? Marriage is transactional. Love is transactional. It's all transaction.
Okay.
Let's go on, please.
Cause definition.
Cause definition.
A principle, aim, or movement to which one is committed and one is prepared to defend.
Do you see what God is looking for? Read that one more time, please.
A principle.
A principle.
Aim.
Aim. And under that is an ideology to which
someone is committed and prepared to defend or advocate.
When you employ people, are you looking for people who live a good life or people who favor the cause of your business? When you go to meetings and you want to transact 1 million, 10 million with someone, do you sit with them and check how they treat their, I don't want to use something else so that you don't misinterpret me or you like, and check how they treat their wife at home, and check how they treat their children? How many times they are on holiday? What do you do? Look, we are doing 10 million pound business. Can you deliver? Does it favor your righteous cause? And if your little business demands that, if your sole trade demands that, how about the God of heaven and earth who has always been working out something? Was his relationship with his son transactional or not? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Was his relationship with Abraham transactional or not? Abraham, in you, all the nations of the earth will be blessed. Then he gives Abraham his duty, walk before me and be thou perfect. Forget that social boy following you called Lot. Look at me. He's saying, can you walk this journey for 50 years? Because we have a destination of greatness. He calls us in 2025 into greatness. It is definitely the year of God's servant. It is definitely the year of money. And I ask the question, if it's the year of money, how do we start the year then? Praying. That means the year of prayer. And the problem with prayer is once you start, it never ends.
Okay.
Because you always need.
Mm-hmm.
You always need. You have to pray again. What about money? How do we start? Get ourselves into a hall and dance and shout. It gives only a set of people the permission to shout. Those who favor his righteous cause. I want to ask the whole family tonight. Is it righteous for us to give platform to our community? It is righteous. Is it righteous to have NSA? It is righteous because people will be hopeless without this. Is it righteous to have the chef people put on a platform? It is righteous. Does he put Simon on a platform? Yes, because God delights in our prosperity. Is it righteous for Belgium, the young men that you've seen online today saying that they found purpose, power, family? Is that God's cause? Or do we want to lump them in a church building telling them to praise God? It is righteous. So it says all the givers, all the mobilizers, all those who are fighting on a daily basis from 1 penny to 1 million, you favor his righteous cause. Even if we saved one soul, if we got one person to be hopeful, to be powerful, to find family, we favor his righteous cause. It says only you can shout for joy. When we cross over, and it is 31st, whatever the crossover means. And I wonder who invented these things, you know. Oh, crossover to where? You people are still on the same place.
You go. You are
doing
even,
year by year.
even
It's part
worse.
of church business now. Church growth is on 31st because they are lazy people. They are lazy. They are very lazy people. No leg work.
No leg work.
No community impact. So you're waiting for a 31st because you know people are so dumb that they believe that once it's 12 things change. What will change?
They're so dumb.
What will change? But we are not of a degraded generation. We are not devolved people.
No, we are not.
Yet we mark days and time to inspire our faith. It helps us to forget yesterday, both the failures and the success of yesterday, and press into tomorrow. I feel that I should sensitize you again. I should recall you to the God's servant status. That your life will not be like the social servants, but your life will be better than theirs. I guarantee you that from the word.
So we should be God's
Let
servants,
them shout
not
for joy.
social servants.
So
I see.
We can on the 31st shout for joy. Why? All through this year, you favored God's righteous cause.
All through the year.
You stood well for what God is saying and doing. You didn't impact your community less because of challenges. You impacted it more. You're favoring God so we can shout for joy. We're not looking at our bank account. We're looking at our giving tomorrow night. And we're saying we can shout for joy because we know exactly what our finances are doing in the nation.
Get me the money. You are right. You're right.
Let them shout for joy and be glad who favor my righteous cause. And let them continually say.
Let them continually say, look at this place. It's important. Let them continually say these things. They should not say it once and stop. They should not say it twice and stop. They should continually, daily, quotidianly tell me.
Let them continually say, let the Lord be magnified.
Who does work?
Who has pleasure in the prosperity of his servant.
He has pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. It is our family line in the social call. They are the ones who have pleasure in our prosperity. And you see, whoever has pleasure in your prosperity defines the boundaries of it.
What the fuck?
For a normal black person. What's our
Guys,
parents'
2 more
expectation
minutes
of us?
of this
Those
madness
who
will
are
be
from
done
good
because
families send their kids to
you guys
good
sending
schools.
me to sleep.
They are hoping that at most Their kids will work with United Nations or this, that.
Really?
And let me tell you, how many spaces there in United Nations?
Do you know this guy said
And what
he
the
was?
hell is United Nations?
Hold on.
Did you see Kevin Bade not in United Nations?
Do you know this guy said United Nations is going to be working for the United Nations? You guys know some years ago. He told his emails. He told his emails.
Is he trying
He's
to?
going to be working.
Was Dr. Jerry Esde going to hook him up with a job there?
Oh, yes, maybe. Let me see if I can find that video. Let's continue listening. Where he said he said the UN or was it UN? Somebody.
Of his servant. It is our family line in the social core. They are the ones who have pleasure in our prosperity. And you see, whoever has pleasure in your prosperity defines the boundaries of it. For a normal black person, what's our parents' expectation of us? Those who are from good families, send their kids to good schools. They are open that at most their kids will work with United Nations or this, that. And let me tell you, how many spaces there in United Nations? And what the hell is United Nations? Did you see Kevin Bade not in United Nations yesterday? Please play that picture. This is going to be a trolling stuff for 2025 for me, is the year of trolling. We will play that picture. This is the height of them. You cannot win the world if you don't despise them. They sound right, but they are not faith people. And the social system is ahead of the kingdom system. The reason is this: the church slept off. The church was so lazy that it slept off. Pastors will sleep, then wake up suddenly on the 31st and start telling people nonsense. This is your year. And any Christian you meet, if your mom says this is your year, don't say amen. She'll destroy your life. Tell her it is not our year. Last year was not. This year is not. Next year will not be. My time will come to be great, but it's not our year. How can people actually believe parents who have been saying this year after year, and you actually think, oh, it's parents, I should honor them? How can you honor someone saying something every year and no movement? What wisdom are they using? Let them continually say,
let the Lord be magnified,
who has
pleasure in the prosperity of his servants.
Who has pleasure. So he's looking at us. He has pleasure in our prosperity. It didn't say it makes us prosper. He has pleasure in it. It takes pride in it. So what's 2025 for us? Adamantly, persistently, saying, reminding ourselves the message of COD, the message of PTJ, Pastor Tobi, to Wealth Castle, to Belgium, to everywhere you'll go, is God has pleasure in your prosperity. The world will try to twist that for us and say, oh, you say, I always hear they say, you say, oh, come and God will bless you. You are mad. You've heard me say before, I said, come and you'll be rich. You are not well. So only saying, come and God will bless you, and we're working at businesses. Do you understand the hard work?
What is this guy saying now? What is this? Oh God, what's this guy saying? This is
a whole lot of BS. He's saying a whole lot of BS.
This is absolute BS. I'm trying to find where he said he's going to be employed by the UN. Hey, where did that thing go? How do I search?
Oh my goodness. Sino Pataki is reading.
He's reading what?
Understand how easy it is to say, let us pray every morning, and then after that, because we don't Christian, money. And the problem with this nigger broke guy is that he can't fight.
Buddhist ninja. What is he saying?
As he's praying,
let me take him
the
back.
pastor's eyes up and the account number is there.
What is he saying? Who is he talking about? He's talking about somebody.
And God you'll be rich.
He's talking about somebody.
Says you're not well.
Somebody.
He didn't say it makes us prosper.
I want to see.
He has pleasure in it. It takes pride in it.
Okay, so
what's 2025 for us? Adamantly, persistently, one, saying, reminding ourselves the message of COD, the message of PTJ, Pastor Tobi, to World Castle, to Belgium, to everywhere you'll go, is God has pleasure in your prosperity. The world will try to twist that for us and say, oh, you say, I always you say, oh, come and God will bless you. You are mad. You've heard me say before, I said, come and God will, you'll be rich. You are not well. So only saying, come and God will bless you, and we're working at businesses. Do you understand the hard work? Do you understand how easy it is to say, let us pray every morning, and then after that, because we told you Pentecostal God Christian, after prayer, it must take money. And the problem with this nigger broke guy is that he can take £5. As he's praying, the pastor's eye is open and the account number is there. Says send. It's going to touch you. Who, as in, is any normal human that listens to these things and does it, they're not well. We have the highest concentration of asylum mosquito in the name of the largest number of black people in the world. Please, mas and sir, this person will create prosperity. How? I'm telling you guys now, let us all move to Nigel Farage party. These ones are done.
Oh, to go
they'll
to
create
the party
prosperity.
Of Nigel Farage.
This person is going to talk to Putin and Trump. Even Nigerian president. How? You cannot give what you don't have. But there's something called social system. If you lie well enough, if you dodge well enough, if your life is not under constant scrutiny, if you just blend with a system, you will then tell yourself, I'm blending with this system in order to change it. But you see, 2025 and 2024 has been showing us that the world is gradually ready for another class of leaders. They are not in the system, but they will take over the system. And gradually it's becoming our turn if we keep God's servant status. That's why we believe in Donald Trump, because I see that's God's servant. Just refuse to blend with the social servant. The social servant says you can't make it, and everybody in the world thinks there's no way. But as in, there's nothing they've been through at this guy. He said he does this to women, he done this, women came out, talk, indictment, court cases, and God is saying, this man, for whatever reason, favors my cause. It is not about his life. It is not about his weaknesses. It's about what God wants to do. It's about the statement God is trying to make. In other words, I'm saying to you that not your fear or your shortcomings should hold you back anymore. 2025 is the year to fight, and that starts from the 31st. Everyone who has a calling, fight for it. Arm yourself. Go to the arm yourself scripture, please. Arm yourselves. This is the scripture I wanted to get to yesterday, but for time. Tell me.
Numbers 32 verse 20. Then Moses said to them, if you do these things, if you arm yourselves
before
the Lord for the war.
Do you see where it said you should arm yourself? You need to remember this part. If you arm yourselves before the Lord for war.
For the war. And all your armed men cross over the Jordan before the Lord until.
And all your armed men cross over the Jordan before the Lord. He keeps saying before the Lord.
Until he has driven out his enemies from before him. And the land is subdued before the Lord.
That's right.
Then afterward you may return and be blameless.
This guy is a social pariah. Nobody will touch him. Nobody wants to be associated with you. I don't even know if Daddy Freeze is still hitting him up. You know, even his church members have reduced. The numbers have reduced. That viewership nonsense, that's fake.
Exactly.
That almost 1 million that was raised, that's fake. They raise almost $1 million doing what? Those women don't work. Toby doesn't work. What scam did they run to raise almost £1 million?
Some of them. Okay, now, to be honest with you, this organization talks a lot about businesses, opening businesses. So a lot of them, I will agree with you when you say they don't work. Some of them would need jobs to be able to maintain. Vessel, you might want to just maybe drop down and then come back up. There's that
Sorry.
interference. It's okay. It's okay. I think that they focus a lot on businesses, right? So much on business. So they want the people to be doing business, but you need people in stable jobs to be able to have the income. You need people to be in jobs that come rain, come sun, come shine, that they have these they've got those jobs and they can have the income. So right, let's see if it's sorted it now. Guys, don't forget to give the stream a thumbs up before we go. Do not forget.
Is it better now?
That sounds better.
I should have done it earlier on.
That sounds better now. Right, guys? Does it sound better? Does it sound better?
On my end, I can't hear anything. My YouTube must have dropped by now.
Oh, no.
It wouldn't?
Your YouTube is still on. It's still on.
Okay.
It's still on. Yeah, it's still streaming on there. So now let me go and show you just this video once again. Maybe this one will just a reminder. This guy is nasty. A nasty piece of work he is. He's a nasty so-and-so. Give me a second. Let's see. And then we'll be done. Right, let's see. Wait. Drippy. Drippy. Oh, my guys are drippy. Drippy. All right, Vessel, get ready. This one is for you. Ewo. Hey, this guy. He has already started.
I accept all your oppression. I accept all your fucking stuff that you do to me from all your organizations. I accept everything.
All right. My God.
He's a fucking well, and get out of the fucking country. We all were fucking passionate when one man died in America. One. No justice. Nobody will speak for him. Not his fucking church. Not his fucking pastor. Nobody's going to speak for him because he's poor. Okay, I accept all your oppression. I accept all your fucking stuff that you do to me from all your organizations. I accept everything, but let me live in peace. But there's a generation that failed us, and because of their failure, we protest. Because of the failure of that generation. So, we're not going to allow the British government to keep fucking silence. Let the British government know that we're not just good for slavery. These fucking retards. Obama is not talking. He can't talk. He's a retard. He's a fucking retard. Infested building in that place should be, anyway, let me not say it should be burnt down, but it should be. It's Awusas there. Awusas in London. Nigerian embassy in London is filled with Awusas.
Oh my gosh, the tribalism.
Stand up in their generation. They told us to be fucking praying, guys. We were praying. Let's stop praying in Nigeria. I'm tired of everything Christianity. I'm just tired. I'm tired. That's what my dad taught me all the way. We saw police take bribes. They said God will solve it. God didn't do jack. I want nobody calling me, telling me about how God would do anything. I don't want to hear it no more. I heard it as a child. I grew up in my dad's house, and God did not do nothing. And I've had celebrities, I've said it, I've reached out, AJ has reached out to pay for me to call and all that. But look, it's the movement of the people. But, yeah, anyway, I love you all.
Welcome to the exposure. So you just heard from the mouth of a so-called pastor. Use him.
I can't hear you, Afro.
That was just a reminder so you can hear. Guy is.
His office is mental.
Toby is not a good person on a good day. He is not. And to think that this is the man that wanted to go and be doing women's rights, doing petition to turn down in streets, talking about working with youngsters. I beg Toby, just look for a hole and run and hide inside there. Nobody wants you.
Big
Nobody.
hole. Big hole.
Oh, he can run into Lucy's hole. My gosh. Lucy's hole is big enough to fit. Because nobody wants it. I mean, I grew up in my dad's house. This boy clearly came from a traumatized home. He keeps going on about the fathers. Our fathers didn't do this. Our fathers, they fucking. I don't know what it is about parents. People's parents.
From what I gather from what he said his father was a preacher or pastor, and he started preaching at the age of 8. And his father had a chalet, and in these chalets he used to sneak girls in, hide them under the bed, tell them not to come out, blah blah blah, that they wanted to be around him. And then I look at the photo when he first arrived in the UK.
You want me to find it?
Yes, please. And I'm like, which kind girl go feel look at this kind person and one hide under his bed? which girl in her right senses? That guy looked malnourished. He looked hungry. He looked thirsty. Everything.
Exactly.
And what? Look at the way the clothes are just hanging off. He was just a bag of bones. Now he started thieving money. He started to get small nyash, small belly. He's now feeling himself. Man. Don't mind me.
Let's see, where's that video?
I don't believe anything he's got to say anymore because the stories don't add up. How are you preaching at the age of 8 and you're trafficking girls to trap them in your father's house? And he never talks about his mother. Question mark.
But she's dead too. She's dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
No, Senor Pataki. Did you see how the guy looked? See him, he gets small nyash, small belly. See him, nyash. Small. Look at that. Look at that. You can't even see the waist. The clothes are just
Vessel of Dishonor's favorite picture.
I love this picture. Do you know, I wish I could print it out, put it on billboards. See how he put the other.
He put himself on billboards.
And I'll be
talking
like,
about only free people can free people.
Oh, he doesn't look very free.
This guy.
Yes, that's no 14. Doesn't he look like those kids? Look at him. You can't even tell whether it's a full-grown man or a young kid. In Peleful now. You don't talk well then. See? Now, if he says he's chopping girls in his father's house, I'll believe. Not that first picture.
Ọkọ Lucy, pẹ̀lẹ́. Ọkọ Lucy, pẹ̀lẹ́.
Say the Pataki, come on, looking like that.
The guy can't dance, to be honest. Can't dance.
Esther was
Someone in the comments says it's embarrassing.
It is. You know, I
People can
don't
be
think he had a
vicious.
good childhood. That's why he likes all these young people around him. I think so. When they be like, "Oh, Pastor Tobi, you're
Because
looking good."
I've seen people fall into love,
Oh,
and you see, by the time they both fell down,
let's see, what is he
because
talking about here?
I've seen people fall into love, and you see, by the time they both fell down, that's where dragging comes from. Because one of them has fallen, and then you are dragging the other one through the streets. That's where dragging came from. I never knew that. The Lord just showed me that. Now,
this man, the Lord showed you waiting.
The Lord showed you dragging. Is when people fall in love and they fall out of love, and one is drag. Tobi. So the Lord just showed him. Okay, I forgot. The Lord hangs
Is
photos
he a
as well.
prophet or a pastor? Tobi, stand in one place now.
The Lord is revealing to him. Sorry, guys. I bought this really big mango from Costco yesterday. Oh boy, the thing is huge.
Did you buy the
Huge
box,
mango.
Afro?
Huh?
Did you buy the box?
Merry
Yes.
Christmas to you all.
I need some of that, please.
I bought the box.
Pastor.
I need some of that.
Some of the clothes that he wears just doesn't look nice on him.
Hey, meeting my dope pastor Toby.
For the past 18 years.
Shut up, Jerry.
hi guys, it's my birthday, as you know. Watch the stories, you'll get more updates. But guess what? My sons and daughters are out, and this is the convoy. So I've got to show you so that you'll be inspired. If you're angry, it's because you don't like good things. We all walk that from the couches. Come, let me show you.
Hired cars.
Where's Daddy Freeze? They didn't invite Daddy Freeze to this one. Bet Daddy Freeze will be crying. Hey, why didn't they invite me?
Hi guys,
Yeah, I mean,
it's my
come on
birthday,
now.
as you know. Watch the stories, you'll get more updates.
Cars
But
that don't belong to
guess
you.
what? My sons and daughters
Wow, so big.
and daughters are out, and this is the convoy.
Is this him with Rema? Oh, Oxlade. He's teaching Oxlade how to use chopsticks. I beg. What does Oxlade? Look at this bag that he went and got for. What is the name?
My pastor.
Child. A Birkin bag.
First time in the HQ. That's
He's not doing Daddy Freeze.
Then I'll present the certificate specially, because you can't carry through the border without this, because it's full profit. That we didn't get the
Big bag. That's what I like.
Wow, look at the ugly bag. Look at the ugly bag. See? What is saying?
For years, people have been waiting for something bad to happen to me. Nothing bad will happen
It's already
because God
happened.
is
You're on
my
your way to be
strength and
deported.
rock. Everyone and anything that comes up against me, they will be eggs. I will be rock. So when they come against the rock, you know what happens to egg when it comes against wants to happen to them, happen to them. I don't need
Wait,
anybody
he'll be
riding
egg?
out for
Did
me.
you say he'll be
I'm good.
egg?
I've got a family that's reading out for me for the last 18 plus years, and we fought together. And we've won many battles, including the government of any country in the world. We've won well, and we will keep winning. It's as simple. Anyone who steps into the HQ is not a celebrity to me. They are humans. Every one of them, I have a path.
Sam Beckett. Hey, Sam Beckett now. Sam Beckett. Look what. Look what Sam Beckett is saying.
Amber, what is he saying? I can't see. Oh, do you know what? Everybody is allowed to have an observation,
an opinion,
and opinion. I
I
wanted to
didn't.
say it, but then I
I
just
didn't
thought people
say
were
it
gonna
though.
think that I'm a
No,
hater.
I've not seen anything that alludes to that.
I saw it after all. I saw it.
I didn't.
I saw it, but I don't want to say anything in case people are gonna say I'm hating too much.
Not just that. Okay, now that you guys are talking, he's been having some of these young people live with him since he had one bedroom in Peckham.
Well,
what's a grown man doing with one of the? Anyway, you see, I didn't say anything. No, I didn't say it. It was Sam Beckett that said it wasn't me. Guys, sure you see that it wasn't me, right? I put my
me,
hand
I
up.
thought it.
No. Oh my goodness.
I think
Vessel
it.
now. Vessel. It's Sam Beckett. We're gonna. It's Sam Beckett is the It's so that if anything, because you know, Tobi's people are on the rampage looking for who to sue. So I
I think
Beckett,
it. I'm
get
going to.
ready.
I'm going to see my thoughts.
I didn't say anything. It wasn't me. The special relationship with Daniel is very suspect.
Whoa, who is Daniel now?
That one that we showed, Daniel Ogoloma. That's my say he is giving a next man wife present. While his own wife looks hungry.
This gist photo. After 14. How long have you been sitting on that one?
Asana. Say his own wife look like person we need to chop.
I said it. Did I not say it yesterday?
Vessel says she needs to go and have her hair done. Her hair is
She needs some Louis Vuitton. She needs to offend in Fendi.
The same shoe she wore for how many weeks?
Hey.
I think what Toby tells his wife is, Iyawo me, look, all these designer clothes and things, we use it for the show to bring people in. You will not wear designer.
It's for work. It's work
you're not the
uniform.
one. So you're not the one talking. But me, I have to wear all these things. You see, you just sit there. I will give you money to look after the kids.
Go to Primark. You and the kids go to Primark.
Because it just makes no sense at all.
No sense.
Listen to the Daniel story and tell Daniel, no, yes.
See how Daniel was looking dapper in his clothes.
You know, that Daniel really surprised me because now when you see Daniel is like all put together and it's an ex-convict. Hey,
imagine.
No, I don't know whether ex-convict or but that
but that's what they said.
In and out the jail system.
Is he Nigerian?
Yes, Daniel is definitely Nigerian. Ogoloma, he is Nigerian. Daniel is Nigerian. There's one white boy though that has been with these people for some years. I don't know his name. Connor. I think it's Connor is his name.
Yes, that one. When that one talk, the day that one go talk, the way the kind thing he go reveal. Because you know these people, they always lead the whitey person, the Oibo person will go, use yes for front. Put on for front.
Yes.
This topic guy, he's he's up to no good. He's no good. He's a bad egg.
No.
He is a bad egg.
Vessel, look at us now, 14.
Trendy. Yesterday I want to talk but they tell me say make I don't touch him wife.
Offending be trendy. Yeah. Why now? Why not they do like this? Why not they do like this? Guys, New Year is coming now. Are you guys going to church? Are you guys going to me? I know they do church. Oh.
Me, I'm going to Senor
Hey, Sam
Pataki's
Beck.
house to watch
You guys
fireworks.
are
Senor
bad.
Pataki, please send us this. Please send me the address.
No, you guys are bad. See, Sam, this Sam Beck
You're not in
is a
London. You're not in
troublemaker.
London.
No, Vesu, look now. See, look at Sam Beck's comments.
Prima, hey.
You people are bad now.
Hey, it's tough being a pastor's wife. It's not go easy for you.
Hey. When
It not go
Toby was busy,
easy.
when Toby was busy saying all those things, wait, let me quickly show you. You know me, to go now, they had me, but I'm tired. Was to go, they had me. Wait, you know that one where they were talking. Wait, what did they say?
Senor Pataki said that Timu.
Timu, wait. Hey, oh, you guys now. You remember
like
when he said this?
Shop like a billionaire.
Vessel.
Yes.
Please, everyone, look at his wife. Please
Where
look at his wife while he's talking. Please look at his wife. Please, while he's talking. Please, I beg.
Madam.
Now watch. Wait. Just the watch.
How are we going to use it? Because 2024 harmed us. It gave us equipment for war. We are no longer afraid of anything. You see, today you are giving report, and congratulations to Love House. You've given $1 million this year. Or House of Love, and others did well too. Well, you see, these things before we say be careful to announce it. Why? Charity commission. Charity, if you are watching, come and take it now. Come and hold it.
It's the challenge for me.
Look at her smiling now. Look at her.
Like, do you know that we didn't have to be accountable to? We didn't have to register.
See, that's Daniel.
So if you have something,
do you see Daniel?
No.
That's Daniel right there. See, Pastor.
It's
This is Pastor Nikki. This is Pastor Nikki right there. Wait. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Daniel, let me take you back slightly.
Is he looking proud?
Daniel?
It's not 2 months. It's not 3 months. It's not. We met target last month. Faith.
Look at Daniel right there.
That's why it would say.
Hey,
that's Daniel
where is
there.
his eyes going? Look where his eyes is going.
Vessel now. Oh my gosh. Why now?
It's something on the jacket now. Afro wetsin. It's something on the jacket. He's saying to himself, I wish I could wear that jacket tomorrow.
That's where his clothes now, so
yeah, that's why his eye is.
The eye is on the jacket or the nyash? Which one is it?
Nyash, me, I don't say anything about nyash, I say jacket.
No, but the eye is not, it did down.
Jacket.
No, it's not looking up at the jacket. It did down. Look.
No, it's looking at the jacket.
Okay, I go take him back. Wait, you see, it did look down. Not be jacket, it did look.
We can make it the new now for the corporates, the student. It can be a new now. Who do we want to be now? Forget who we were in Atrium, in Hilton. Now, faith is everything that we've learned in 2024 now. How are we going to use it? Because 2024 harmed us. It gave us equipment for war. We are no longer afraid of anything. You see, today we are giving report, and congratulations to Love House. You've given $1 million this year. Or House of Love. And others did well too. But you see, these things before we say be careful to announce it. Why? Charity commission. Charity, if you are watching, come and take it now. Come and hold it. As in, I've never seen a nation that loses like this. Like, do you know that we didn't have to be accountable to? We didn't have to register. So if you have something, why not keep it? Now you've lost it, and we are still announcing millions. So now your problem is, who are we?
Yeah, collected those millions. Have you paid the tax, man?
Producing less billionaires than even lower countries. It's impossible. It's unbelievable. The ownership from conservative to labor, they are rotting.
Has he paid tax from that million that they've made?
No, they're coming for him. Don't worry. They're coming for him and his back nation. They'll come and give them.
Oh, we didn't need to register. We didn't need to do this. Oh Lord, though.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It's a madness, Afro.
Inept people. They don't know how to produce no wealth. Just dollars. From Kestama to Kemi, just dollars. Absolute dollars.
Hey,
absolute.
Why is he angry?
Nobody
Okay.
should
Hey,
follow their
wait.
mentorship. They don't know what they are doing. They are best managers. They should be running Tesco, Peckham. They should be running these things. Kemi will be the best at Morrison, Peckham. That's all they can do. These people cannot produce wealth. They have no capacity to produce wealth. They've never been.
Some of these people must be uncomfortable listening to this now. How can you be happy listening to your pastor saying things like this about your prime minister? Huh? They consider best will go away. Go. Hey, my goodness. They can why now? Why you say make she go?
They say I be trouble.
She say best is trouble. Ew. Best
I
na
don't be
troublemaker.
trouble. I be good person now.
No, not them be trouble. This senior pastor.
Now you people be trouble.
You see this Sam Beckett just came from nowhere and just scattered the whole place. The Sam Beckett. Then they can't just quietly just do your own day. They violently violently. Hey, is this a church service? Special Kali.
Special Kali.
This was yesterday, Sunday.
Special
This was
Sunday.
the word. This is word. This is word, Kali. Special Kali. You better go church.
You said
They're
Prime Minister
live right now.
balance.
Toby's live right now. He's talking. We've already listened to his nonsense.
The Prime Minister who could even pardon him, he call him Dalat.
Can you imagine?
You know, because they can try and do amnesty. Sometimes they do amnesty from time to time. He could have been counted amongst it. But now he's saying he is a Dalat. Hey, Tobi.
A dollar. Wait, Kai Steimer since like arresting people who express their opinion on social media. Here's one you could. Here's your cue to Chris arrest. Another one. I hope you see this. Hey, I beg. Does somebody have Keir Starmer's number? I beg. We could not tell and say they are cursing him as Park Nation.
They call him Dalat. They say he's only fit to manage Tesco Peckham.
Hey,
of all the Tesco's, he said Peckham. Now Peckham branch.
Anyway, my people, I don't tire. Hey, I don't tire.
Peckham branch is the one you saw fit for secure Starmer to manage.
The guy is Tobi. Tobi, this is the country you're fighting so hard to stay in. No, you don't want them to deport you, but you can curse their prime minister like okay, no wahala.
It's okay.
Anyway, my people, you all take care of yourselves.
Good night, everyone.
Don't be like Tobi. Don't curse the people you're waiting for help from. Your destiny helpers. Don't go and be cursing your destiny helpers, so you don't know who is going to help you. Don't curse your destiny helpers. Some people know to learn that kind of lesson. Okay. Anyway, people, you all good night. Good night. Good night.
So now, Pasaki, send me the address, please, and what we should bring for New Year's Eve celebrations.
Okay.
I hope everybody's going to be having a good one. Are we back up tomorrow, Afro?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll see about tomorrow because we need to try and work things out. How we're doing that. Yeah. All right, people. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night.
Please continue the goons another day. Send a Pasaki. I want to see the fireworks.
Okay, we'll continue the goons another day. Yes, because there are many goons. We didn't talk about Pastor Kevin, Pastor the other ones, all of them. But
Afro,
there's
you know
so
what?
much to get into.
Yeah, I'll also search and see if there's a documentary like the one they did on the ladies. because that was very, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was eye opening.
That was very eye opening.
It
So
was eye opening. No, there are documentaries, but anyway, there's so much. There's so much to get into. Anyway, people, you all, good night.
good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Mm.